say salvation when you do Ojoro. You bless the body, you're giving victory, Ojoro. The girl is fine, no fresh and beautiful, Ojoro. See, this Ojoro, this Ojoro, this Ojoro you do for me, you know.
Everybody tell me say oh no, I say what shall I render? What shall I offer? How can I do it?
What you want me on? Ayo, I see the sweet also. You know go pain also. Them know us before. You don't better pass you before. Them say the blessing where you do Ojoro. Them say salvation where you do Ojoro. You bless the body, you're giving victory, Ojoro. The girl is fine, no fresh and beautiful, Ojoro. See, this Ojoro, this Ojoro, this Ojoro you do for me, good oh. So, you know go pain also. Them know us before. You don't better pass you before. Alati leka peking. Sugar, pelete sweetie sugar. Honey, the melody like honey. Oh, by the way, many be like butter. Oh, by the way, many be like butter. You don't get you. Oh, you mommy, ayo. I see the sweet also. You know go plain also. Them know us before. You don't better pass you before. Them say the blessing where you do Ojoro. Them say salvation where you do Ojoro. You bless the body, you're giving victory, Ojoro. The girl is fine, no fresh and beautiful, Ojoro. See, this Ojoro, you do for me, you know.
Everybody tell me say oh no, I say what shall I render? What shall I offer? How can I do it?
What you want me on? Ayo, I see the sweet also. Oh, do mommy, oh, ayo, yo. As it is sweet also, you know go plain also. There is no one's before. You don't better pass it before. Them say the blessing where you do, oh, do. Them say salvation where you do, oh, do. You bless people, you're giving victory, oh, do. The girl is fine, no fresh and beautiful, oh, do. See, this, oh, do. This, oh, do. This, oh, do, you do for me, you know. Would you come? You sure. Would you come, sir? Would you come? The more you do. I got to say. Would you do. I got to say. Everybody tell me say. Oh no, I say, what shall I render? What shall I offer? How can I do it? Yeah. He done it, choo. What you want me know? Ayo. As in the sweet also, you know go pain also. Them know us before. You don't better pass it before. Them say the blessing where you do, oh, Joro. Them say salvation where you do, oh, Joro. You bless the boy, you're giving victory, oh, Joro. The girl is fine, no fresh and beautiful, oh, Joro. See, this, oh, Joro. This, oh, Joro. This, oh, Joro, you do for me good, oh. So, you know go pain also. Them know us before. You don't better pass it before. Baking. Alati baking. Sugar. Belete sweetie sugar. Honey. The melody like honey. Oh, by the way, the melody like water. Oh, by the way, the melody like water. You don't get choo. Oh, do mommy, oh. Ayo. As it is sweet also. You know go plain also. There is no one's before. You don't better pass it before. Them say the blessing where you do, oh, Joro. Them say salvation where you do, oh, Joro. You bless people, you're giving victory, oh, Joro. The girl is fine, no fresh and beautiful, oh, Joro. See, this, oh, Joro. This, oh, Joro. This, oh, Joro, you do for me, you know. Would you come? You sure. Would you come, sir? Would you come? The more you do. I got to say. Would you do. I got to say. Everybody tell me say. Oh no, I say, what shall I render? What shall I offer? How can I do it? Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Can you hear me? I'm testing my mic. I hope everyone can hear me. All right, that's great. Thank you all for joining in this afternoon. I celebrate every participant. I celebrate everyone who is here on time. I'm so glad you're joining in. On the comment section, I can see Divine Chidima, you're welcome. Light, you're welcome. Ruth, you're welcome. You're welcome. Daniel, you're welcome. So glad to have you here. So glad to have you here. So glad to have you here. All right, we're beginning now. And of course, before we begin, we have to pray and commit what we're about to do into God's hands. Oh, wonderful. Mr. Emmanuel, you're welcome. All right, so we're going to pray. We're going to begin by praying. And I already have some of my amazing guest speakers. They're waiting to dish out what they have for you. So I just want you to sit tight, get your notes so you can jot down questions that you have for them. And it promises to be exciting today. It promises to be amazing. All right. So this is Fresh Graduates Hangout 2.0, and this is the second time it's happening. Last year was amazing. There are lots of testimonies, and this year it promises to even be much more amazing. All right, so let's pray. Our Heavenly Father, we are grateful to you. Thank you for bringing us together. Thank you for the idea to gather young people and speak to them about their career, speak to them about their finances, and speak to them about their purpose. Everlasting God, we ask this moment that as we begin, your spirit will take absolute control, and everything we do here will bring glory to you. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen. If you follow through on the prayer, you can type your amen on the comment section. All right, wonderful, 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 wonderful. Wonderful. So quickly, I'll read the bio of our facilitators, just so you know the caliber of persons that will be speaking to you in this event. Please, if you have not subscribed yet, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you can keep getting information like this from our convener. Please subscribe and please share the link. Share the link with your friends. Let's have more persons join us. All right. So I'm reading the first profile, and that's a profile of the convener. His name happens to be Anamelechi Light. Anamelechi Light. And he's an exceptional young man with a fierce passion for young people, their development, their advancement, and impact in the society. He holds a bachelor's degree in history and diplomatic studies and an executive diploma in international law and diplomacy. He is a youth sanity advocate and a transformational speaker whose activities have birthed undeniable impacts to several young people to grow in purpose. Now, he's the author of the Dear Young Person online nuggets and an inspiration which mirrors rather the thoughts of young people and brings profound enlightenment to them. Anamalechi Light is the vision bearer of Hard Talks online series, The Light Bearers, and so on. He's also the convener of the Prayer Challenge. Yes, a vision that has been a huge blessing to hundreds of young people within and beyond Nigeria. His love and unwavering passion for God remains an inspiration to many. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're still there, put your hands together for our convener, Anamelechi Light. I'll be reading the next profile, and that's a profile of our first speaker. Her name is Ofon Emmanuel. Now, Ofon is multi-influential. She is a seasoned marketing communications professional with a diverse range of experience spanning nonprofit media, tech, and fintech industries. Currently, she serves as a digital communications and marketing manager at a UK-based fintech company specialized in cross-border payments. With a strong background in digital marketing, product marketing, corporate communications, PR, and media, Often has successfully developed and executed communication strategies for her brand. Now, Often Emmanuel is a seasoned marketing communications professional with a diverse range of experience spanning non-profit. Of course, we've said that. Now, often holds an MBA from Quantic School of Business, USA, and a postgraduate certificate from the Nigerian University of Technology. She's not only a marketing and communication expert, but also a dedicated leader and mentor. She's listed as a global mentor on the ADP list, guiding young professionals in career development and leadership, and has published two books on personal development and gender development, respectively. In addition to her professional accomplishments, Ofwan is a founder of Firm Lead Africa, and a gender development initiative that has positively impacted over 3,000 girls across 5 states in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Ofwan Emmanuel and her amazing bio. Put your hands together. All right. The third person who we're going to be introducing to you is no other than Wokolo Daniel. Now, he's not a man who's known for too much of introduction, but I'll tell you a little bit about him. So he is a financial literacy specialist. Wokolo Daniel brings over half a decade of experience in finance and is renowned for his pragmatic and results-driven approach. As a financial literacy specialist, he empowers individuals and businesses with actionable financial insights to drive informed decision making. Ladies and gentlemen, celebrate Wokolo Daniel. And finally, I'll be introducing myself. My name is Bernard Ovina Paul, and this Paul Bernard happens to be a polymath who organizes tech boot camps for teens to train them on the basics of web development, video and graphics design, and data management. Bernard Paul is a petroleum engineer with years of business experience in the oil and gas industry and is currently transitioning into oil and gas subsea operations. Now, he also happens to be a pastor and a teacher who is passionate about human capacity development. He advocates for leadership transformation as a tool for societal transformation and believes young people should be open to leading from a point of service and utilizing their skills for global impact. And yes, he is your moderator for Fresh Graduates Hangout 2.0. Thank you. Thank you. So I believe you know me. I be able to drop your name on the comment section and tell us where you're streaming from. Tell us which part of the world you're streaming from. Are you streaming from Nigeria, from Rivers, from Lagos, from Angola, from the US? Just drop your name on the comment section and where you're streaming from.
Oh, you lead, always for the one. Can we turn up? Can we turn up? Can we turn up? Can we turn up? Hey. He really, really moves up. That's what it says.
Oh, wonderful. I can see Ruth. Ruth is streaming from Port Harcourt. Hi, Ruth. And here we have Yela streaming from Bielsa. Wonderful. I spent a lot of time in Bielsa. Right. We have Obadiah Marvin, and he's streaming from Port Harcourt as well. Another
will do.
focus
My
person.
God
Wonderful.
really moves. Oh, hey. Why would I doubt when he always comes through? My God really moves. Oh, he really, really moves. Oh. Come on, sing the verse, y'all. I know he loves me. I know he cares. Whenever. When I'm in trouble, he is my help. Come on, we say, yeah. He really does what he says he will do. Whoa, he really does what he says he will do. Baba, yeah. Baba, Baba. He really, really moves, oh. He really comes through for me, oh. Every time, on time, every time. Come on, this your part. Come on, let's say. No, you're always on time. You can't do no wrong, oh, Mama. Come on. You leave the 99, always for the one, oh, Mama. You're the God who does good, always on time. You can't do no wrong, oh, Mama. Yeah, Baba, Baba, leave the 99. Come on, oh, Mama. You're always on time. You can't do no oh, Mama. You leave. You got one more year. Come on. Oh, Mama. You're always on time. You can't do no you leave. Come on. Hey, he really does what he says he will do. Oh yeah, Baba, Baba, Baba. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Let me hear you. We say, Baba, yeah. Why would I doubt? My God really moved. Oh. So glad you leave the 99, always for the one. So glad you leave the 99. Oh, I remember when you came and saved me. I'm glad you leave the 99, hey. Always for the one. I remember when you came and grabbed me. So glad you leave. Hey. Always for the one. I remember the day you came and saved me from my sin. I'm glad you leave the 99. Hey. Always for the one. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending love of God. You leave the 99. Hey. Always for the one. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending love of God. You leave the 99. Always for the one. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending love of God. You leave the 99. Hey. Always for the one. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending. So glad you leave the 99. Always for the one. There's no one that you won't get down. I'm so glad that you will. Leave the 99. Always for the one. There's no lie that you won't take down. I'm so glad that you will. Leave the 99. Always for the one. Baba, 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 Baba. So glad to be saved. So glad you leave. What kind of God is this? What kind of God is this? So glad you leave. What kind of God is this? What kind of God is this? So glad you leave. Hey, 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 I'm glad you will leave. He'll come to the highest mountain and he'll come to the lowest valley. He will. He'll come to the highest mountain.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're moving straight to the first talk we're going to be having this afternoon. And speaking to us is no other than the amazing lady who was earlier introduced. Like I said, she's multi-influential rather. She is a seasoned marketing communications professional with a diverse range of experience spanning non-profit, media, tech, and fintech industries. She's also someone who is very passionate about gender equality and gender balance. She has been an inspiration to lots of young ladies out there, has written two books that borders around personal development and gender balance. Please, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the amazing Often Emmanuel. Can put our hands together for her, even as she comes up. Often, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me? So you need to bring me up stage before people can hear me.
Often, are you there? Are you connected?
Yes.
Hello, Often. Can you hear
I can
me?
hear you clearly. You need to bring me up stage.
Okay, I can hear you too. Welcome on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's celebrate Often. Let's celebrate
Can you hear me
our
loud and
speaker, our
clear?
first
Please
speaker.
confirm.
Often, you're welcome. Yes, I can hear you clearly.
All right. Good
I
morning.
hope
Thank
our
you so
audience
much.
can hear you too.
Please confirm in the comment
Okay.
section if you can hear me. So I see Vine Woman, I see Marvin Obadiah, I see John Owens, I see Deborah Zachariah, I see Deborah Samuel, I see Enobong Etubom, I see Yella Faith, I see Ruth Ota. Hey Ruth, I see everybody. Thank you so much. Please, can you put a spotlight on me so that I see less of the flyer and then more of my face? All right, thank you. Great. So I'm really excited to do this. When Light reached out, Pastor Light reached out, I couldn't say no because this is something that I am really passionate about. And I'm really excited to do this for a community that I know that a few persons may know me from years ago. So happy to do this. If you're excited to be here, please give me your favorite emoji. Just drop it on the comment section. Your favorite emoji. I just want feedback, and I will be needing feedback a lot from us. Great. I see you, Vineman. Thank you for engaging. All right, going forward, yeah. So even though Pastor Light had reached out, he sent a long voice note, but he didn't particularly give me a topic. But because I understood what he was trying to say, I came with a plan. Okay, so yes, no topic, but I came with a plan. Yeah, I see all your emojis. Thank you so much for joining in. Really excited to do this. So I assume that everybody here is has have left school. So you're no longer in school, you're no longer going for classes, or you have just left school, or you're in NYSC. That's my assumption, as the name of the program is titled Fresh Graduates. So I would assume that. Now, this is a critical point of your life where there's so many decisions to be made concerning your life as you go forward, whether it has to do with your finances, your professional path, your thank you so much for optimizing the screen. So whether it has to do with your finances, your professional path, for some people they want to get married, but when it has to do with your professional path, your career, and when I mean career, I don't mean a job. Okay. So when I mean career, I mean everything that you do professionally, right? There's something important that powers the rest of our lives, and I would call that your professional life. So your professional life powers your marriage if you intend to get married just after school. Your professional life powers even your spiritual life. So yeah, your spiritual life is at the center of it, but to a large extent there's certain spiritual activities you can engage in, and there's certain realms you cannot enter without a base that your professional life gives you, which means that your income and the impact that you're making in your space. So I like to start by confirming to us that I don't go any further than starting from the very place that God wants us to be. So this, I know this is not church, but I want to believe that most of us are Christians here. So I cannot jump in and begin to talk about your professional life and everything that has to do with that without first acknowledging the very engine of it all. So why were you created? Yes, you were created by God. Of course, it wasn't a Big Bang theory. An explosion didn't happen and you came to life. No, you were made by God, and you were made so much in His image. So, what does that tell you? It tells you that you are unique. And when somebody makes something, they make something for a purpose. So if I bake banana bread, for instance, I make it for a purpose to be eaten, right? I make banana bread, for instance, to sell. I make banana bread to serve friends. I make banana bread to feel proud. There are things that I might make banana bread for, and that purpose is very key to whoever is making what. So if you are a baker, for instance, and you make banana bread, and your intention was to give this banana bread to your friends, and they you want them to be happy when they eat your banana bread, this is what happens typically to you. You sort of feel bad when your friends don't feel impressed. Okay, so you have made banana bread, they don't really feel impressed, right? But the purpose for which you made that banana bread is achieved, immediately they feel impressed because that was the purpose. Remember, if your purpose was just for them to take it, you wouldn't feel so bad. You wouldn't feel frustrated, disappointed if they just take it, right? But because you were expecting a feedback, you were expecting a reaction, a satisfaction from them, you would feel bad. So imagine what God feels when He knows that He created you for a purpose, yet you are not functioning in that purpose. So why did God create us? When people say, "This is my purpose in life," what they're basically saying that this is why God created me. And why God created us very fundamentally is He created us for His glory. We are created for His glory. We are created to glorify God. And our purpose is not tied to all the things that we think that we are great at. Our purpose is tied to the glory of God. However, there are certain skills, certain giftings that God has embedded in us that makes us unique, so that there's some variety in the world, so that the glory is beautiful. So if God had embedded the singing ability in everybody in the world and nothing else, I am pretty sure he will be bored because everybody is singing. What's the variety? Where's the Vicky James that can put together a beautiful masterpiece and make the fashion industry go wow? You know, where's the artists? Where are the artists? Where are the people who dance? Where are the people who can write? Where are the people who can do some engineering stuff? Where's all of that? Right. So you see that God's purpose for your life is primarily tied to his glory. So if you're not glorifying, if you're not functioning in your purpose, manifesting in your purpose, it means that, and this is not a purpose talk, this is just a background so that we sort of understand where I'm coming from and why it's important for us to think of it that way. That God is glorified when you function in the giftings that he has given to you. That is why he has not given to you the same thing he has given to another person. So I can sing, however, I cannot sing the way some other people sing. For instance, I cannot sing the way Pere Jason sings. Maybe some of us know him. So I can dance, but I cannot dance the way some other person dances. So it's very important that you see that what God has done is something very dynamic, very unique. And he has made us so unique that there cannot be two of us. Which is why when you're thinking of your professional path, it has to be very tied to why God has created you. And why he has created you, he has put in something unique. And so your professional path should be very aligned with what you want, with what glorifies God. And God is not the author of confusion. He has already put something in you that you need to harness. And so, yes, certain things can trend, but you have to really, yes, maybe tech is trending right now. I think, oh, it's tech I want to do, right? Maybe what other thing is trending? Can somebody tell me what other thing is trending? In the comment section, help me out. What other thing is trending aside tech? Maybe it's fashion that's trending now. People are registering for Prudential Fashion School, Vicky James Fashion School, different kinds of fashion school. So there could be a lot of things, but make sure that your path, your professional path, is directly proportional to you glorifying God with your gifting. And this is why it's important. It's so that when it is time for you to get into that phase where your faith is tried and your abilities are tried, and sometimes you doubt yourself and even the calling upon your life, you can remember that there's something exactly God put inside of you. And there's a reason why he put it there. And so when you get to that point where it is tough, you know that this thing that they put there is not for fancy. It's for me to be able to use it to the glory of God. And so how should you plan your professional path? Let's maintain the word career so we get the point. Leaving school, I always say that if you're planning your career after you leave school, you should have started early. You should have started earlier. So I wouldn't say too late. It's not too late because, I mean, you are still very young. We are young people. It's not too late. Planning your career from the age of 30, for instance, is not too late. Okay. However, it is more advantageous to start early. So these are things that you should have already thought of in school when you were doing your GST1 or GST 102 or all of that. These are things you should have already thought of. These are conversations you should have already had with yourself, with your mentor, with your parents, with the people who you value. However, if you're at the point in your life where you haven't had those conversations and you're kind of confused, what next? What's going to be the next phase of my life? This is a critical point and I don't want you to take it for granted. Paul, please, can you let me know how much time I have left so that I can put my thoughts together and not overshoot. So this is a critical time in your life, and if you are listening to this and if you have any concerns about what your life will look like in the next 5 or 10 years, I promise you are in safe hands, because this is what will happen. What will happen is that from today, you begin to think strategically about what your life would look like. And I want you to answer these 5 questions if you are at that point. And I really wish that we had a good feedback system where I can really get your feedback so that I ask key questions and you can respond to me. But since we have that limitation, I'm just going to ask the questions. If you have your notepad, you should have your notepad actually. If you have your notepad, there are key questions that you should ask yourself if you're at that point where you're thinking, what's the next step of my life? Because remember, everything that you want to do for the next step of your life has to be tied to the glory of God. You have to be fulfilling purpose, even as a career person, even as somebody who is going into business, even as somebody who's just in the professional world doing amazing things. So, number one question is, what is that one thing, or what are those things that I am interested in? That's one question. Write that question, and if you have the time, write a few answers. I don't want to limit it to one because we will know why I'm not limiting it to one. So write a few things that you are interested in. Number two, write the things. What are those things that you love to do? So take for instance, I love to talk. I love to write. I love to talk to people. Just put me in any number of. For instance, if there's a 10,000, there are 10,000 people in this hall or in my apartment, and I need to talk to them, just put me there. I love to do it, right? I love to be in that place where I'm able to speak to people about particular matters. Yeah. For you, what do you love to do? Some people love to draw, some people love to paint. Now, the third question would be, what strengths do you have? You can love to do something, but you don't have the strength in it. Have you ever seen somebody that tells you that they want to go for, what's the competition now? They want to go for The Voice Africa or The Voice Nigeria, go for a singing competition. And they like to sing, but you see that they cannot really sing like that. Have you ever met those kind of people? I had a flatmate, like a roommate like that in school. She wanted to dance, right? So she was going to go for one competition like that in school. And she didn't really have the skill like that, even though she liked it, okay? So we could see that this girl cannot dance. But however, she wanted to dance because she liked to dance. So the third question is, what areas of strength do you have? Also, you can have strengths in some things and not really like to do them. But these are the questions you should ask yourself. Number 4 question is, what skills do people say I have? Okay. So I was reading a comment. The next question is, what skills do people say I have? Or what do people say I can do? So if you ask my family, the first thing they are going to say is, this girl can talk, this girl is bold. They will have like 3 things to say about me, that this is what I can do or I like to do. Because some things that you do, not like you like to do them, it might be nothing to you. You don't like to do them, or you haven't thought of it. It's nothing to you. It's just an unconscious competence, right? So you know how to do it, but it doesn't occur to you that it's such a big deal. Now, when people say to you, oh my God, what you wrote was fantastic. I believe you're a beautiful writer. You're an amazing writer. You are sound. You speak very well. You articulate. When people say that about you, or if people say that about you, write it down. So what other things? If people look at you and say, oh my God, you're so arranged. Some people have the skill, or they just can arrange things. Yeah. And when you look at how they arrange things, you're like, oh my God, your brain is your brain is there. Right. So think about it. These are questions that you can't answer right now. These are questions you need to go back home and really respond to those questions. Reflect, think about it. Final question is, what do I want to do? Now, you can want to do several things. Like me, this is why I like to call myself a multi-influential as opposed to a multi-potential, because I don't only have the potential, I also have the influence in multiple spheres. So I will not limit myself. It's not just a potential at this point. It's becoming a sphere of influence. Okay, so because I can do this, do that, do this, do that, I am able to say, oh, I can do all of these things. So list all of these things down and don't limit yourself. Okay, which is also why, if you get the question where I asked that what do people say you can do, or what do people applaud you for, you need to know that. If you don't know it, because sometimes you don't know, you can also ask your friends and say, hey, what areas do you think I have strengths in, or what do you think I'm really good at, or what's that one thing that I did at some point that you really thought was smart? Okay, so these are the questions that you should ask your friends or people around you. Now, after you've asked all these questions, if you look at your list, if you give yourself at least 4 to 5 answers each, if you look at your list, you will see at least 2 to 3 things that would repeat. So, for instance, for me, you would see that I have a singing skill, but it would not necessarily repeat in so many places. So it means that I don't major there. Okay. So you would also see that I love to speak. I can speak. People say I speak well. You would see that for speaking, it repeats in so many places. So for you, you need to answer that for yourself. And you will see the things that you should major in and the things that you should minor in. But I always say this, that everything that God has embedded in you is not for waste. So don't tell yourself that, hey, let me just be doing only this one. No, my dear. You were created for impact, and that impact is for the glory of God. So that when men see you, they look at you and say, oh my God, God is wonderful. Let me tell you a good example. There's a dress that this girl made, Vicky James made, and I make reference to her because she's quite popular and some of us may have heard of her. There's a dress that she made, and I knew instantly that it is not human wisdom. I knew instantly. So men should look at the things that you do and say, yes, there is God. Okay, you were created for his glory. So whatever you do should reflect that. So don't limit yourself. So when you say, oh, I'm quite confused, look at all of these things and look at the things that repeat and tell yourself that this should be where I want to thrive. Give me a moment. Yeah. So tell yourself that this is where I want to thrive. And it is very key because in the corporate world, things are happening out here. Things are really happening out here. So you need to know that there's a conviction that you need to have, that you have the skill, you have the strength, you have the passion to be able to thrive in these places, and you actually want to do it. Because there are certain things that you want to do, you don't have the skill, you don't have the strength. However, you can develop them. Okay, you can develop those skills and those strengths to be able to do it. So it's very important that when you're thinking about your career, you're not just taking another job just because. You're not like applying to random jobs just because. You're applying to things that fit. You're developing in areas so that you can apply to things that fit into what you have been called to do. Because, see, what you have been called to do, they have called other people to do it. So you are not that special. So when God says this is what you're supposed to do with your life, you better do it because God is going to be glorified anyways. So it is a privilege for you to function in that calling. It is a privilege for you to function in that gifting that God has created you for. So there are things that you necessarily would not. For instance, it is possible that I may release music in future, because I have said to myself that every expression of God's gifting upon my life will manifest. See, it will find expression because this is why I was created. However, there are things that I will shine more in other places. Do you understand? So I might necessarily not release music today, but it might come tomorrow. Who knows? However, I am singing to glorify God. But I am not necessarily singing to thousands right now. I'm not necessarily singing and leading people to Christ right now. So you need to answer these questions for yourself. You see those 5 questions. Sit with yourself. If you need to be fasting, it is very important because it powers your life, every other area of your life, whether it's marital, whether it is key. Because if you're functioning in the very thing that God has called you to do, in the very gifting that God has called you to do, guess what? When you meet the spouse, when you meet the boss, when you meet your business partner, whoever you meet, you are in the natural state. And when you go beyond that, it is supernatural because when you invest in your skills, your talents, your passion, and grow that skill beyond a passion and grow that skill beyond a strength to something big, it is supernatural and you are not mere men. So it is very important that you answer these questions very critically for yourself. And I will end my session here so that I can accommodate more questions. I know that I have 20 minutes, and from when I started speaking, it is already 20 minutes. But I'll confirm that I can go ahead. If I can't go ahead, I can take questions from now. Yes, Marvin, I see your comments. What you have been called to do, other persons have been called also. However, what is beautiful about it is the way you are going to do it is definitely different from the way I am going to do it. So if we have both been called to sing, we have the singing gift, okay? The way you're going to sing is not the way I'm going to sing. If you're called to 10,000, I'm probably called to 100. Okay, if you're called to 1,000,000, I'm probably called to 1,000. So we have different functions on earth. Can I get a feedback? I'm trying to confirm if I should go ahead because I have other points to share, but we can really stay on time and take questions from now. Oh, Paul said I should go ahead. Thank you very much. All right. So another part that I would like to mention is, have you ever seen, let me describe it the way TPT describes it, where a lamp is lit and put under a, okay, I see your comments, where a lamp is put and is hidden under a rock. Have you ever seen that? So you can have all of these great things, amazing person, you're doing this, you're doing that, you have finally found what you have been called to do and the very area that you should focus on per time. And please, while I'm saying this, I'm saying that there are different phases of life, and when you discover a certain phase where you need to function in a particular gifting, please function in that gifting. As time goes, you will find out that so many layers of you are opening up and God is glorified as those layers are opening up. Okay. So when you have found that thing and you are functioning in that thing, there are certain ways that you need to position yourself professionally to function in those things. So let's talk about the career path where you need to specifically position yourself as a career person, right? So as a career person, okay, as a career person, yeah, you need to find yourself in certain place. You can actually be a career person. You can be, they can say, oh, you are the biggest marketing, whatever. But then you are not shining the light where it's supposed to shine. You are not giving yourself the chance to attract people who need that light. Okay, so for people who are thinking of a career, when you have found that particular career path, so you found that career path, there are certain places you need to position yourself. And I would speak about personal branding in a bit. Yeah. And this position I'm talking about is personal branding. Why I began where I began is because there needs to be some truth in the way we present ourselves, because we see people go and brand themselves a certain way and it is not entirely true, it's not entirely correct, it's not authentic in itself the way it should be. So before you go out there and position, you need to be first. So are you that person? Do you possess the skills that employers are looking for? Do you possess the wisdom you say you have? Do you have everything that you say you have? Because when you finally go out there and put yourself out there so that you can attract people who need your light. When I mean out there, it can be professional spaces like LinkedIn, more social places like Facebook, where you are consistently putting out communication about yourself to say, hey, this is me, this is what I have, these are the skills I have, this is the impact that I'm making in my world, this is the work that I am doing, this is the experience that I have. All these things that you are saying, you need to be able to put it out after being, because you have now been. You need to be able to put yourself strategically in those places because you are light and you must not hide. I don't know if anybody gets what I'm saying. You are light and you must not hide. So don't say, okay, I've discovered what I'm supposed to do. Oh, I'm now in this career path. Oh, I've gotten this job. Oh, I'm not doing this business. Oh, this is so great. There's more. You need to shine. And every time you don't shine, for me, it's even for God, it would be that you're not functioning in the magnitude of what He has called you to be. Okay, so this is very important that you brand yourself properly after being. Please don't go out there and say what you are not. You need to be. Even if it's a process you want to communicate, you want to communicate your process of being, your process of becoming that person, becoming that career professional, becoming that, having that skill. You just took this course. Even if it's the process, it has to be authentic in itself. Okay, so this is where I'm going to end, and we're going to have questions from now. Thank you so much, Paul and Light, for the opportunity. I'm going to take questions now. So there's a question here. The question says, what if I have multiple skills, but they haven't been harnessed to its full potential, and you don't know which to start? You don't know which to start because of the phase you are. If you have taken your time, and thank you so much for that question because it keeps coming up. If you have taken that, answered those questions very correctly, and sat down with yourself, because the last question says, what do you want to do? After you have seen that, I have this, and this, and that, and that. What do you want to do? Whatever you decide to begin with, remember that ultimately you are still functioning in your gifting. Whichever place you decide to start, that okay, maybe in singing now, remember that wherever you decide to start, you need to also consider the financial implications. So the fact that you are really passionate about this thing, consider the financial implications and make informed decisions. Now, for some people, it can be a very critical phase. And so you need to go back to the maker and say, God, this is what I need to do, or this is what I want to do. I want clear directions. Because again, your life is not like any other person's life. Your life, you can be the person that God says, this is what I want you to do. You have clear instructions from God that this is what I want you to do. It's not going to matter what's often suggested, what often shared. It is what God wants you to do. So if you're in that place where you don't have clear instructions from God, and you're still okay, start from the one you want to do out of your giftings. Start from the one you want to do and consider the financial implications. So when I mean financial implications, I'm like, what kind of opportunities for jobs are there? If it's a business, what kind of opportunities are there? What is the turnover like? What do I need to do? What skills do I need to develop to be able to get to that point where I'm thriving, also in income and in impacts? Okay, so you don't want to be this person who, okay, you're bringing some light to the world, but you are not so broke. I think that's in that light. Do you know that torch light that used to be yellow? That the light used to be yellowish. It used to be like stainless steel. You are that type of light. You are not bright enough. Okay, because you need to think about the financial implications, because remember that it powers the rest of your life. So you don't make that decision just like that unless you have a clear instruction from God. So you don't want to be functioning outside of what God has called you to do. You don't want to be functioning outside of your giftings or your strengths, because it might not be your gifting, it might not even be your strength, but it might be your interest. Okay? So it means that there's something you need to develop to be able to harness that interest. Okay, so I don't know if I've answered your question. Please, in the comment section, let me know if I've answered your question or if you have follow-up questions. So next question here is, how can you discover the gifts God has given to you and also apply it to profession and also the community at large? I think that I just answered those. In fact, the entirety of my conversation today is based on your question. So you might want to go back to the questions that we talked about when I was when we began the conversation. Next, okay, I don't think there's another question. Do we have another question? Do we have another question? I will just wait a few minutes or a few seconds. Because so maybe I should buttress a little bit so you kind of get clarity on what I'm talking about. So I'm responding to you, John Owens. I'm responding to you. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Please forgive me if I murdered it. I am very sorry. So you remember at the beginning, you were created for God's glory, and that glory, it means that there's something that He put in you to be able to manifest that glory, particular giftings and skills and interests that God has put in you. So, and passion also, that the things that you like to do, you love to do. So it means that it is already inside of you. Then those 5 questions that I asked, if somebody has, if you wrote down the questions, you can type it in the comment section so he or she sees it. Those questions, sit down and respond to those questions properly. You will find out the many things that God has embedded in you. You would find out these questions are just, they're standard questions. You would find out the things that God has embedded in you. And when you find out that thing, look at the randoms, the repetitions that you have. If you have a particular skill that shows up in more than 2 places, in 2 or more places, you want to make sure that you look at that skill very well. Look at what profession aligns with that skill. So maybe I should use myself as an example here. So because I love to write and I love to speak, you can easily call me a comms babe. So I'm a communications person. So I would communicate through speaking and communicate through writing. So what profession would I easily find myself in? I would easily find myself in marketing communication. And again, when I was in school, I was always writing. I was in editorial team. So what does that say? It says that I was already functioning in my gifting. I was already functioning in my interest, my passion. So look at what you already love to do. Look at all of those questions that we've asked, and then I'm sure you have it figured out. Okay, there's another question. Hi, Emmanuel. It's quite interesting section. I gained so much value during the section. Thank you so much. How do you position? How does one position him or herself to be outstanding in a competitive world? Yes, I love that question so much because a lot is happening out here. Like we said before, you're not the only person that has that gift or have that. In fact, let me tell you, there's one idea that I had. I'm like, and the Holy Spirit kept dropping it in my heart, and I'm like, "No, I don't want to do it. I don't want to. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready." And before I open my eye, close my eyes, somebody else did it, and this person is one of my friends. So the person did it with the very name that I wanted to give that thing. So it's not only that I have brain. So it means that there's a lot of competition out there, but you are not called to competition. You are not called to competition. You are called to shine your light. So while you do the thing that you do, you have to position yourself strategically. So if you are in the corporate world, the easy guess for positioning is LinkedIn. How are you optimizing your LinkedIn activities, even your profile, to make sure that you are attracting the right opportunities? Because a lot is happening out there. So if you are applying for a job, for instance, maybe 100 more people are applying for that job. So what must you do to make sure that you give yourself an opportunity? Do you have the right CV? Do you have the right mindset? Because some people have the right CV, but they have the wrong mindset. So when they walk into interview rooms, they blow it off. I mean, nobody can even understand what they say because they haven't gotten the right mindset about work and they don't know about work. So maybe I tilt more to the career side because I'm currently in corporate, so I tilt more to the career side. And when I mean career right now, I mean corporate employment, like right now, not generally. So this is the way you position yourself. You look at who is shining in that field. It is not a competition. If there's any competition, it is between you and your old self because you keep evolving. Okay, so look for who is shining their light in that field. So if you're a singer, for instance, or if you're an engineer, who is shining in that field? Because it is very relative. What you think is shining is not shining to others. People who consider me a big deal, it is not everybody that considers me a big deal. It is not everybody that considers Tony Elumelu a big deal. Not everybody that considers Dangote a big deal. Not everybody considers you a big deal. So the person you consider a big deal is sort of a standard that you look at, a model that you look at and say, this is what they've done, this is what they've done. This is also something that I do for myself. Because I'm currently in corporate and I want to stay in corporate for a while. This is what I always do. I go to LinkedIn because that's where corporate people are, right? I go to LinkedIn, I look at top marketing and communications professionals, and I look at where they've been. I look at where they've been, how many years they spent at certain organizations, what skills or what particular things they did at those organizations. And I say to myself, girl, you have to do this. So when I got my MBA because one of the people that I look up to who does great stuff in marketing and communications globally has an MBA. And I said, this person has an MBA. I don't have the money to get an MBA from Oxford, from Harvard, but I'm going to get an MBA from another international university. And this is how I'm going to get it. And when I get it, this is how I will position myself. Okay, what have they put on their LinkedIn profile that stands them out? I am going to put it. What is that one thing they're sharing? What is the tone? How do they sound? Can I begin to sound like that? Because make sure that you are not competing with people that you should be learning from. Because that's the mistake some people make. You are in competition with somebody that is not your mate. So make sure that you learn from people instead of having the competition mindset, the competitive mindset. Make sure that you're learning. So what do? I look at what they are doing. I look at the things that they are doing that I really don't like, and I just push it aside, and I pick the things that I like, I think is great, and I think it will get me to that point where they are, or even beyond where they are. And this is what it will do for you. It will position you properly for those opportunities, and it's like what we call in marketing, like a lookalike audience. It will make you look like that thing that people are looking for because they have gotten to that point already. So you want to make sure that you're putting the right. There's a certification that I need to pay for now. I don't know where I'm going to get that amount of pounds to pay for that certification. However, some of the people that I look up to, they have that certification. And I don't even need that certification to do my job well. But because a lot is happening out here. And so sometimes people want to look at, oh, what kind of certification does he have? Does she have? Or all of that. And so if it's going to be the certification, make sure that you are getting it. Because I know that certification doesn't necessarily say that, oh, yeah, you are an expert in something. It just says you have done the course. Okay? So make sure that you're doing what it takes to get to that point. Study people. Have like 10 people that are doing amazing at the things that you want to do. The things that you are a learner at. Have like 10. So that when you go to LinkedIn, you're not going there to be doing I beg to apply. You're going there to follow people strategically, to see what they're doing, to replicate it for your own professional path. So that's what I would say. Okay, so thank God he answers your questions. Thank you, Emmanuel. Any more questions? This is longer than I thought it would be because Paul's message to me was 20 minutes. That's why I was trying to keep the time. Do we have any more questions? I'm happy to take them. Please, if you don't have questions now and you know that you'll have questions later, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn or on Facebook. My name is Ofon Emmanuel everywhere on the internet. So you will most likely find me on any social media platform, but most preferably LinkedIn and Facebook. Well, there's another question. Give me a minute. I need just give me a minute. I need to respond quickly. To someone who's trying to reach out for something important. Okay, so sorry for that break. Just trying to juggle a bit of my engagements. All right, next question. Hi, James Graphics. Good day. What if you have the skills and you know what you want to do, but you don't have the gadgets or equipment yet to run? What do you do? So you have the skills, you don't have the gadget. I take it that you are a graphics designer because your name says James Graphics. You don't have the gadgets, equipment to run what you do. Amazing question. Every time you find yourself thinking that, oh my God, I don't have the money, I don't have the equipment, and yes, the equipment can make you 10x your efforts. However, you don't have it. At this point where you are, what do you have? You have your phone, right? For almost 3 years of my life, from 2017 to 2020, I was teaching people how to design graphics with their phones. So it means that this is very possible. So let me give you a strategy that might help. So you currently are a graphic designer, and yes, a lot of graphic designers. I don't like Canva. I don't like to use Canva. But you don't have to use Canva. There are other tools that you can use, right? And maybe we should stop becoming too proud. What you have right now is a phone. How can you use that phone? Because you don't have any other gadgets. So don't stay on at that point where you keep limiting yourself or giving yourself excuses. You want to make sure that you're using what you have to get what you want. When the light in this room is off, for instance, everywhere there's no light, there's darkness. Yeah. Because it is my room, it is my house. I can move from point A to point B. I can locate certain things because I know. That's what I know. So you move from the known to the unknown. What you know and what you have, you start there. So if you need to start designing for small business some small businesses don't even need any level of expertise. They just need design. You can strike a deal with them to say, oh, let me design 10 flyers for you weekly or monthly for so amount. I just want to use this to gather some money to be able to purchase my laptop or whatever. So I'm using laptop, and I'm just assuming, forgive me if my assumptions are wrong, but I'm using this as an instance since your name says graphics, okay? So you need a laptop to be able to do your graphic design here, and you're at the point where it's only your phone you have. How can you use your graphic design skill? Because I always say this, it is not about the tool, it's about the skill. So, yes, Adobe Photoshop is amazing, but do you have the very basic skill to make sure that you take what you know, what you understand about colors, about alignment, about yada yada yada, and use it on your phone at least? Or you go to a cyber cafe. I think people still use cyber cafe and say, do you guys need somebody that can be coming to design for you? I know how to design. You want to think about strategically how you can put yourself in certain places. Do you want to walk up to an organization to say, hey, I can come here twice in a week to design all your graphics for you. Do you need a graphic designer? Maybe you guys can pay me a small amount of money over a period of time, or I just want to do it for free. I just want to make sure that you're providing value for people. So I've given you 3 suggestions now on how to gather the money to be able to get the laptop. Because yes, I understand laptop is very important. But where you are right now, it's possible. Yes, it's tough and it's not as easy as I sound, but make sure that you're consistently offering value to people in exchange for some financial value. It might not be the best prices or best amounts, right? But you're offering some financial value to people so that you can gather that money that you need to get the laptop that you need for your work to do more work and make more impact and shine your lights. I hope I have answered your question. I hope I've answered your question. I hope I've answered your question. Also, you're online here, you are on social media. Reach out to small businesses. All these businesses that you're looking at them and you're seeing that their flyers are ugly. Reach out to them and give them a fair price and say, let me do this thing for you. You know, let me do this thing for you. You can pay me so amount of money, small money is fine. I'm just, trying to help. You know, I'm sure people are always willing to take that up. And I know because I've been in that place where I needed certain people with certain skills, but I couldn't afford the standard amounts to pay them. And so I asked them to engage on certain levels so that I can pay that substandard amounts in exchange for a good relationship. So it means that if they need a recommendation from me for anything, they will get it. So you want to be able to offer value in that way. So I think that will be all. And that has brought me to the end of this session. Like I said before, feel free to reach out on LinkedIn if you have questions. Thank you so much for the opportunity. God bless you and keep you. Always remember that you are light. Thank you so much. Bye.
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. to see you. Silence the noise in my mind, Lord, and open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Silence the noise in my mind. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. To see you high and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing holy, holy, holy. To see you high and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing holy, holy, holy. So open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. 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 I need to hear you. Only your word, I want to hear you. I want to know you. I want to know you. I want to see you. I want to see you. So hallelujah, thine the glory. Hallelujah, amen. Hallelujah, thine the glory. Revive us again. So hallelujah, thine is your glory. Hallelujah, amen. Hallelujah, thine the glory. Revive us. Revive us. Restore us. Transform us. Lord, revive us again. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I wanna see
Hello,
you.
everyone. Hello,
I
everyone. That was
want to see
an
you.
amazing talk coming from Often Emmanuel. I was so blessed and I learned a lot. I'm sure you all have learned a lot. You have an opportunity to connect with her after this event. Of course, she's on LinkedIn, she's on social media platforms. You can reach out to Often. We're going to be bringing up our next speaker. I hope you guys can hear me. We're going to be bringing up our next speaker, and he is a financial educator. He's an amazing person, and he's so much vested in seeing other people do so well in their finances. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together as we welcome the person of Wakolo, Daniel. He'll be speaking with us about financial intelligence.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Can you all hear me? Okay. My name is Wankolo Daniel, and my passion is for you to do well. Can you all hear me? Okay, let me get your reaction. Yeah. So let me get your reaction if you can hear me. So I will assume you all can hear me. So my name is Wankolo Daniel, and my main aim is for you all to do well. Yeah, money is very important, and I believe that as human beings, whatever we do, apart from trying to get your life ambition, we all need money because expenses are not smiling, and because expenses are not smiling, we also need money. Am I correct? So I will really need your feedback so that I will know that you can follow me. So I believe I'm speaking to billionaires. Yes, I know I'm speaking to billionaires because, if you are not a billionaire, you wouldn't have the mentality of joining this platform. So, because you have a billionaire mindset, that's why you are here. So, the billions may not have been tangible, but it is in your head. And once you have something figured out in your head, it is just left for you to have that thing in your hand. Are you all with me? So everyone likes to make money. Yeah, everyone likes to make money, but the most important question is how do we make this money? Because the stage you are in right now is a very critical stage. You are in a stage of roadblocks. Oftentimes, you are not even sure what you are going to do. You don't even know what the future looks like. You don't even know the decision you are going to take. You see people posting their achievements online. So you are asking yourself, how do I make this money? I want to make money because you know that making money makes you relevant. So those questions, those uncertainties in your head, they must have been toiling with you. But by God's grace, by the end of this session, I'm hopeful that majority of those questions will be eliminated. Yeah, and clarity will be provided. So I would like to start by telling you this. In most cases rather, money flows to places where there is value. Yeah, money flows to places where there is value. You cannot make money when you don't provide services or sell a product. You must provide value. What do you provide as a human being? Ask yourself, what is that thing that you are providing? What is that thing that is so unique to you that when it is not there, people will say, ah, if destiny was here, I knew that he would have been able to provide. If Anikeze Emmanuel, my brother, was there, I know he will be able to provide. If Papa Light was there, I know he will be able to solve this problem. Value and problems are interchangeable. Yes. You are valuable because you solve a problem. And when you solve a problem, you get paid and you make money. Are you following? So I would like to get a reaction so that I can be so sure that you are following me. Your reactions are very important to me. Your feedback are very important to me. Yeah, they are very, very important to me so that I will know if I should increase or decrease my pace. Yeah, and another thing you should also know, I'm just trying to lay a foundation. Yeah, another thing you should know is that in most cases, to get money means that you may have to do that thing that you don't like doing. Yes, you heard me correct. You need to start doing that thing that you may not like doing. Yes, money is not easy to get by. If money is easy to get by, everybody will make money. Yeah. So because money is not easy to get by, so it requires some basic foundation, some basic secrets. Yes. Some basic secret is required if it is true wealth. I mean the kingdom wealth we are talking about. And one of the secret I'll be sharing with us here is that you need to network. Yeah, one of the secret of making money is networking. I call it networking. Yeah. And I want you to be so relaxed. Calm your mind because I'm talking to billionaires. As a billionaire, you don't need a billionaire does not panic. Yeah, billionaires don't panic. That's why if you observe, if you meet people who are millionaires and billionaires, they are so calm. They have a very calm disposition. So one of the things you need to be checking the course of this discourse is your mentality. You need to carry yourself as a billionaire because people will see you based on how you see yourself. So networking, one of the foundations is networking. Yeah. And I want you to know that the secrets I'm sharing with you are secrets that have worked in my life. Yes, they've worked in my life. They've produced infallible results. Yes, so I also want you to be able to replicate these secrets to be able to get greater results that I have. Because the truth is, if the secrets I know could produce 80% results in my life, then when I share with you, add my own grace plus your own grace, you should be scaling, you should be thinking about 95. And when you are a billionaire, what else do I need? When I call on you, you do what? You answer. So number one is networking. Networking. You must have heard of the word that says that your network determines your net worth. Yeah. Your network determines your net worth. What is your network? Your network simply means the connection of people that know you. I mean your friends. You know, if you are in the midst of five people who are businessmen, then every likelihood that you will become the sixth businessman. Yes. And if you are in the midst of five fools, you did not count well. There are six people who are fools. So you need to ensure that you are in the right network of people that produces value if you want to be valuable. For instance, I have a friend, he is a brother, Anikeze Emmanuel. He is a brother. Ima is somebody that every day we speak, we always have something to talk about. That is what network. If I need something, I call on him. He needs something, he calls on me. That is what network. And I believe that the stage we are in, when I was called upon, I was told that this is a fresh graduate hangout in the sense that people just it is assumed that the audience I'm speaking with are audiences that just left school. So oftentimes you probably may be in your NYSC or you are yet to due to some circumstances. So you need to understand that you need to build a network, a good network. During NYSC, you know, God blessed me with two important people in my life. I don't joke with them. Yeah, one is a Muslim. I served in the north. I served in Nasarawa State. Yeah, Nasarawa is after Abuja. I served there. So God blessed me with two important people. God blessed me with two key friends, Bush and Shinedu. These two people, as we speak, they are not in the country anymore. Shinedu is in Italy. Bush is in the UK. Yeah. So, when I met these people, I discovered what hard work means. When you see people succeeding in a fair, don't envy them. If they tell you the work they do behind the scene, you may not even want to do it. Success is a product of hard work. Bishop David Oyedepo will always say the only way to eliminate hard life is to work hard. If it is through wealth you want to build, then you must be willing to work hard. So now, sticking to network, your association is everything. Your association is everything. If you are in the midst of 5 millionaires, you did not count where there are 6. Because all when you meet them, all what you guys talk about is money, how to improve this business, how to take this contract, how to self-develop yourselves. Before you know, you can't be in that kind of productive circle and you are the only one who is left out. Are you getting me? So now I need you to observe yourself. Am I in the midst of productive people? Is my network that valuable? Is my network productive? I don't mean money now. I mean general value. You need to ask yourself, these people that I'm surrounded with, are they productive? Can they provide value? Money, remember, money flows to places where there's what? Value. Now, I want you to understand, I want you to have a sober reflection. Just think about your life. Just factor in what is going on. Peradventure, is there anybody you can call when you are stuck with career decisions, or you need something to be done? Is there anybody you can call that can help you out? Mind you, money is first conceived in your mind before it gets to your hand. Okay, so networking. Yeah, I will need your feedback. I will need your feedback. Yeah, I want feedback so that I can be so sure that you guys are understanding me. Yeah, your feedback is so important. Yeah, your feedback is so important. Yeah, because why I'm hinting on this is because everything you do in life is based on what you know in your head. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. If you think you will be poor, even if you go to LBS, Lagos Business School, or ABS, Abuja Business School, there is nothing that can be accomplished. Why? Your mentality is zero. You cannot pour water inside what? An empty basket. So I want you to first of all understand that the road to finance starts with your head. You must see yourself as a millionaire, as a billionaire, to be able to carry yourself as what? As such. Yeah, okay. The second way is to learn skills. If you want to make money, you cannot make money when you don't learn skills. Yeah. The Bible made me understand that in the book of Proverbs 18, verse 16, it said, a man's gift maketh room for him and bringeth him before great men. A man's gift maketh way for him and bringeth him before what? Great men. A man's gift maketh way for him and bringeth him before what? Great men. It is your gift that will place you in, that will take you to places. Seeth a man diligent in his business, he shall stand before kings and not what? Mere men. What is that thing that you are known for? Okay, nowadays, I am a tech-oriented person. I believe in making money, from the comfort of my home. That is my mentality. But not everybody can be like me. In short, everybody cannot be like me. What is that thing you know how to do? That thing you know how to do, that is where your money lies. Your money lies in your gift, in your skill. Some people can farm. I can prove to you right now that agriculture is the most productive sector to delve into right now in Nigeria. Not tech, agriculture. By God's grace, I live in the city of Abuja. If you know how expensive things are, you will go to farm. If that is what you can do. Gone are those days where farmers are seen to be poor. Farmers are making millions. My friend in Italy shared a very strong proposal as regards selling a special kind of pepper. Nowadays, people don't even plant with soil. They call it, I think it's agro farming. The root of the plant is in water. Do you get? It accommodates large, the number of plants that can be in that system is usually larger than the one that can be in a farmland. So what is that thing you can do? It does not have to be tech. Not everybody has the brain to delve into tech. Some people are naturally traditional business people. And do you know the funny thing about money? Solve a need, you will make money. Solve a need, you will make money. Nowadays, go into cybersecurity, go into digital marketing, go into product design, go into UI UX design. Come on. If that is what you are passionate about, do it. If yours is to sell plantain, if you sell plantain, there's a way you will someone have plantain foundation that you will be the one supplying your community. Tell me if you won't have money. I want you to look beyond. Look beyond. Ask God, what is that thing you want me to do? When you have clarity, you back it up by action. If you are poor, whenever you see me, you give me a dirty slap. You cannot be poor. When you solve needs, you cannot be poor. As we speak, I'm solving a need, which is what? Financial illiteracy. Do you know one thing about finance? Anointing can cure what? Anointing can break the yoke. Yeah. But it takes finance. Even the Bible made it clear that um, wealth. The Bible made it clear that when it comes to wealth, money is the defense. Can you hear me? Money is the defense. Money is very important. See, if you have money, you talk nonsense, people will clap. In Nigeria, the people celebrate your money. At times, some of your advices are not taken because the person you are giving it to look at you and say, what do you have? If you know all these things, why you never do one before? Why you never do one before? Do you get me? So you could imagine the pain. See, and one thing that can work against you when you are trying to learn skills or grow, what you are doing is unhealthy competition. The first speaker, Often Emmanuel, honestly speaking, I doff my cap. She's someone I've always respected, a seasoned professional when it comes to communications. Honestly speaking, sir, is all love from here. She said you should not be competing with somebody you should be learning from. So once you are building, when you are learning that skill, when you are trying to get that physical business, go to other people that are doing better than you, learn from them. This is why the ego apprenticeship system works very well, because they gain practical experience. Knowledge is good, but it takes experience to run a business. Can you hear me? It takes experience to what? To learn a business. And when choosing skills, when choosing business, choose businesses that are peculiar to you, that are unique to you. For instance, at the moment, I'm learning forex trading. I'm taking courses, yeah, a lot of finance courses to build my portfolio. For instance, if some of you look at charts, you may get you may start getting confused. But I love looking at the charts. I can look at the charts and I can spend 5 to 6 hours. My friend Anikeze Emmanuel will attest to you. You cannot say you are looking for money and you are not willing to build capacity. Just go and steal. Just go and steal. If it's money you are looking for, you must learn to be patient. You must be able to wait in the secret place. That place whereby, as you are building, nobody is seeing you. whereby they are not clapping for you yet. That is the only way you can build. And when you are building, don't compare yourself. Don't compare yourself. Somebody may be doing well in data analytics. That is the person's core. That person is making impact in his own core. Yours may be different. Yours may be agriculture, and you will do it well, and you will do it very well. There's one person on Facebook, Tiki Farm, is into fish production. He does it excellently. So everybody must not be into tech. Everybody must not be into agriculture. Some of you is into the oil and it will be oil and gas. Whatever thing you are doing, do it well. Hmm? So now, I think I've been able to lay the foundation. So we'll be talking about understanding finance. Some of us, the problem we are having is not even making money. Some of us, the problem we are having is keeping money. We make money, but we don't see it. If you want to understand finance, you must understand the two pillars, savings and investment. Yeah. You must be able to understand savings and what? Investments. Are you all following? Yeah, are you all following? I would love your your reaction, your responses. Your feedbacks are very important to me. Yeah. You know, savings and investment, those are the two pillars for finance. Now, why do people save? People save for three different reasons. People save for transactionary motives. That is to be able to purchase something. Maybe you are working from the market, you are working and you see something you want to buy. That's why one of the reasons people save. People save for precautionary reasons. Yeah, precautionary reasons. That is reasons for emergency. Maybe something just happened. They will call you, please, Ima, Momsi don't get this thing, Popsi don't get this thing. What thing I go do? That's one reason people save to be able to meet emergencies because emergencies don't inform you before time. And the last reason people save is for speculative reasons. That is when you are trying to take advantage of opportunities. Maybe you are looking at the chart and you discover that okay, a stock price is likely to go high. So you save for speculative reasons to be able to take advantage of what opportunities. Maybe you are working, you see a distress sale car 3.5 million, you have it, and that car, the value of that car is 5.5 million naira. You buy it in space of 1 month, you cash out 2 million naira because the real value is 5.5, but because it's a distress sale, you buy for 3.5 and you gain what? Cool 2 million naira. Are you following? Yeah. It could be that you saw a land whereby the person wants to just sell the building and it's sold for 10 million naira and you already have a saving and you know the real value for that land in 6 months time is 15 million naira. You buy the land for 10 million naira, you sell for what? 15, and you cash out for cool 5 million. Do you understand me? So I want you to understand that saving is very important. You may not make money. If it's what you want to grow, you may not grow money by saving, but saving will avoid you to be broke. You may not grow wealth by saving, but saving avoids you to be broke. Now, there's only one way money can grow. There's only one proven way money can grow. If there's another way, you can say it in the comment section, but there's only one proven way money can grow, and that is through investment. The only way money can grow is through investment. Yeah. And what are the likable areas to invest in right now? And when talking about investment, I want you to understand that investment is ranked according to their level of risk. I would have loved to take you into some complex analysis on risk, but for the purpose of this class or for this session, we'll just take it from the mundane perspective. That is why risk is being calculated with standard deviation. You have what? The low level risk. the medium level risk, and what the high level risk. And I want you to know that the lower the risk, the lower the returns. The higher the risk, the higher the returns. So when it comes to investment, you need to understand what is the risk involved. That is why cryptocurrencies pay more. Why? Because the risk is high and it has what? Higher rate of volatility and variability. What I mean is that once it's favoring you, you can make money. Once it's against you, it is crashing you. Somebody like me, I know my risk disposition. I am a risk lover. Hi, yeah, yeah, yeah. Put risk where I am. I'll carry my big head and put it there. You know, they call me the head boy. Let me get some laughter in the comment section. You know, I don't want this session to be too serious. Let's laugh. You know, when you laugh, you look more handsome. Let's laugh, 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 laugh. Let me get your laughter. Let me get your laughter. Am I making you laugh? You know, Nigeria is a very, very, serious country to live in. The government's not even making us laugh. So let's laugh. And when I get to laughter emoji, I will move on. Let's laugh. Let's laugh. Okay, let's go. So, you need to understand that when it comes to investment, the risk is what determines what? The return. And there are certain things that are qualified as investments that are not really called investments. One of such is what? Ponzi scheme. Any investment that you cannot calculate the source, it is not an investment. Any investment whereby somebody approaches you and they tell you, you ask them what is the risk involved, they say no risk. My brother, my sister, just run. Any investment that you cannot predict the outcome, it is not an investment, it is gambling. Of course, it may work, but is it sustainable? Remember, the goal is to be sustainable. You are getting it today, you are also getting it tomorrow, you are also getting it next tomorrow. That's why one of the one of the most one of the most important parts of every investment is what? Sustainability. Are you all following me? So the last one I have is financial planning. Yeah, this is where budgeting comes in. What is budgeting? Budgeting is very simple. You are able to identify your needs and you are able to identify your wants. You just don't spend money carelessly. The fact that Bone Street is trending does not mean that you should go and buy it when you don't have the complete money, or the only money you have is Bone Street and you want to wear Bone Street. No, after wearing Bone Street in your head, you start begging people money because you are stranded. So I think if you want to build wealth, you should be able to differentiate your needs from your wants. You should be able to differentiate your priorities from your desires. You should be able to differentiate necessities from what? Your desires. What are the things I can do without? What are the things I cannot do without? You need to get the things you can do with you. The things you cannot do without. Those are your needs. You get them. There was a video I created. When you focus on your needs, you are barely in wants. But when you focus on your wants, you will always be in what? You will always be in need. Can you get me? So please, we are trying to raise a generation whereby you will have money and you will be so composed. You will move with ease. You will be so demure. You will have money, but it is somebody will not just see and be able to estimate how much you have. No, you should be able to differentiate your needs from what? Your wants. Can you get me? So I can go on and on. Like I said, I really want this to be an interactive session. So I will be entertaining questions from now. Yeah, so that I can be able to touch your pain point. Seriously, I want you to drain me. Drain me. I'm not drained. I want you to drain me so that, I will be able to, improve on myself where need be and be able to provide updated information. Yeah, guys. Yeah, guys. So I'll be expecting your questions. Yes, I'm waiting your questions. If there are no questions, then I will know that you guys did not understand anything I just said. Yeah, because if you do, there must be questions. Yeah, yeah. So guys, I'm awaiting your questions. Are there no questions? Wish me so no understand though. Okay, let me get your questions. I'm awaiting your questions. Okay. My bishop. I will see if them say we to the ginger. Yeah. Thank you very much, sir. How do I save when I'm not anything? First of all, the formula for saving is what? That's a very good question. You cannot save when you are not earning anything. It's simple. Anything I will tell you, apart from this, is simply pure motivation. I'm a pragmatic teacher. If you are not earning anything, you cannot save. Yes, because the formula for saving is what? Income minus spending, income minus consumption. I minus C equals to X. Yeah. So for you to be able to save, your income must be higher than your what? Expenses. Otherwise, you won't be able to save. Yeah. So now, see where saving comes in. I'm earning 150K. Yeah. And my expenses is 130. Let me say 130 per month. From that, my income is 150. My expenses are what? Is 130 rather. So 150 minus 130, that is what? 20,000 naira. That means my saving is what? 20K. So you cannot save when you are not earning. Yeah. That is why, if you observe, I started by how do you make money? Hmm? Do you get? But people have different problems. I know of somebody that told me categorically that his problem is not to make money. His problem is to keep the money. Do you get? Some people's problem is to make money. Some people's problem is to keep money. Do you get? Now, I want you to understand something. When you, when you, now, some of us may think that we don't have bad spending habits because we don't have money. You see, if you've not tested money, don't think that you don't have bad spending habits. The true test of a man that can save is when he has money, when you are able to afford your wants. When you're able to afford your wants and be able to say, this particular thing, I don't need it. Do you get? That makes you a very prudent and a frugal person. Yeah, but there are ways you can. Yeah. Uh, there are ways, so which means we should focus on making money. Do you get? Because if you cannot make money, you cannot save money. Because the money that even comes to you can barely offset your living expenses. So how can you save? I want to hear that some people, when you save, you go get ulcer. That is because you are saving and you are not eating well, or more next of kin will blow your money. So whatever thing you are doing here, wisdom is profitable to direct. Yeah. I don't know if I answered your question. I'm a very pragmatic person. That's why you need to earn. When you earn, you can now, from what you earn, you can now say, oh, this money I'm earning is 100,000 naira, is 80,000 naira. These are my needs. Now you can focus on your needs and be able to save, even if it's 20K, so that when emergency hits you, you won't be running from pillar to post. Yeah. Anikeze Emmanuel said, What low risk investment options are available to individuals with a small amount of capital? Because crypto, farming are all capital intensive. What low risk investment options are available with individuals with a small amount of capital? Okay, sir, I want you to clarify what you mean by small amount of capital. For me, 5 million naira is a small amount of capital. So, what do you mean by small amount? Can you be number specific so that I can tailor it? Yeah, because if we're talking about small capital, according to the SME, small, medium, and micro enterprises, anything below 5M is considered small. So, what is the capital range? Yeah, so okay, let me just can you just tell me the particular amount so that I can, offer insights, please? Oh, Deborah Samuel. Yes. Sir, you said any investment that is source cannot be calculated is not an investment. Can investing in your skills be termed an investment? Okay. There's what I call human capital development. When you invest in your skills, you are building yourself, you are developing your capabilities. Do you get my point? So it is self-development. So when you are developing yourself, of course, the financial value of me as a person right now is a function of my education, my experience, and probably my skills or expertise. Can you hear me? So now, will you be able to quantify what I have in numeric value? No. Do you get my point? You won't be able to um, quantify it. By investment there, I simply meant, something that you put your money in, you can quantify money, right? And you can get a return, which is also quantifiable. Do you get my point? Yes. So I'm talking about something that is tangible, something that can be felt. Do you get me? Human capital development is a function of your expertise, your skill, your experience. Do you get me? Yes. So when you are developing, like, um, um, I have okay, I have an MSc in business administration. Do you get my point? All of these are are a product of who I am as a person. Do you get? You can't calculate it. Do you get? But it is self-development. Do you get? Although in the layman we say I'm investing in myself. Because what does investment simply mean? Investment simply means putting value into something. Can you get my point? Everything is contextual. That's why if you take a word outside its context, it is usually misconstrued, it is misconceptualized, or what, misinterpreted. Do you get my point? So investment in the context it was used was referring to investment in a physical form, a tangible form. Do you get my point? So investing in yourself may not be quantified, but investing in your graphics may be quantified. What do I mean? Okay, let me see. Deborah Samuel, can you, okay, in a skills can be quantified. For instance, now maybe you want to learn data analytics. Do you get? Now, now where the investment comes in is this. You can say, oh, I'm learning data analytics. Are you all following? Am I rushing, or my head just told me, "No, no, 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 come back, come back, come back." Okay. Now, for instance, now you are learning data analytics. When you learn data analytics, remember that you and your business are intertwined. Do you get? Sole proprietorship. Do you get? Now, maybe um now data analytics skills gave you a particular amount of money. Eh? Now, the money you get from data analytics, now you want to invest it in something. That's what I'm trying to refer. Because we cannot dissociate you or divorce you from you and your skill. So it is just like talking to one person. Do you get me? Yeah. Okay, Mr. Emmanuel, 200 to 500K. Okay, 200 to 500K, of course. My advice for you, sir, is to invest in yourself. because 200k to 500k is very small given the rate of inflation. Oh, I forgot something. If I did not say that thing here, God will not be happy with me. Please, guys, one way to hedge against inflation is two ways I know. Number one, save in foreign currencies. Those who know me know I hate Naira. Naira will make you Naira. Kai. Naira is not a currency. I know I'm a Nigerian and I'm a patriotic Nigerian, but I like making money from things that people will overlook. Do you know that um okay now um let's do maths. Let's do maths. I like talking figures. So now 14 months ago, dollar should be about 800 naira. So if you have $500 14 months ago times the money you have was 400,000 naira. Do you get in naira? But right now, dollar is trading at 1617. Let's just use a parallel 16. What you have is 800,000 naira. It therefore means that it gained 100%. Do you get? There was an 100% what increment. So now if you were saving, if you have 14 months ago, if you had 800,000 naira in your bank, do you know how much the value of that 800,000 naira is now? 400,000 naira. What rate of inflation? Inflation will reduce your money in the bank. That's why you must have heard investors gain, savers lose. So now what do you do? For you to be able to hedge against inflation, you do what? You do what? You save in dollars. I know that this may not be patriotic, but this is how the country is. You save in dollars and save yourself from the stress. Another proven way is the safest form of investment is real estate. Go and buy a land. If peradventure you say, oh, the stress of going to the bank to get a domiciliary account, saving, you can use USDT. I'm a crypto man. Do you get? Yeah, I would have talked about some of my accomplishments, but I said no, let me try to be humble. But by God's grace, to the glory of God, if you look at my skin, you know that this guy is doing well for himself. Let me be proud small. Yeah, let me be proud small. You know this person is not poor. So, secondly, land. The safest form of investment is land. If you have naira and you say these investments are risky, what do you do? Go and buy a land. Invest in real estate. Ensure that while investing in real estate, you have a lawyer and your documents are complete. Seriously, even if it's 1 million naira, there are places you can get land for as low as 1 M. Once you get the land, M, once you get the land, give it 2 years. Even if it's 1.5 in 2 years' time, I'm not trying to overstate profits now. I'm talking about on average. 500k, you did not work anything. You were in your house doing other productive things also. Do you get? At least that 500k on top will be able to hedge against the 2 years inflation that took place. Because the truth is, in Nigeria, things will keep getting higher. Now, when things get higher, what do? Life does not get easier. We only get what? Tougher. Are you getting me? We only get what? We only get tougher. So business is war. You need business is war. For instance, now somebody may be asking, how do I get that money now to be able to do all of this? Because if I were you, that's what I'll be thinking. Talking about millions, talking about millions, talking about millions. I want to get this money. Even if some of you have not seen 500k before, talking about millions, talking about how do I get this money? Number one, develop yourself. It still brings us back to what? Value. A valuable man cannot be ignored. Hi. Train yourself to the extent that when you are not there, nothing will take place. When you are not there, everything stops. Value. How valuable are you? I'm here to see a valuable man who is poor. Show me a valuable man who is poor. You cannot be valuable and you are poor. You cannot be valuable and you are poor. If you are valuable, and in short, value and poverty does not even go. You can't see value and poor at the same in the same sentence. Yes. So Okay. Sir, how can I save and invest in Nigeria when our expenditure outweighs our income? Because it's survival before investment. Yes, sir. Please strike a balance on when to start our savings and investments, sir. You are talking based on your condition, Mr. Emmanuel. Yeah. Not everybody is poor in Nigeria. Yes. Not everybody is poor, although majority of people are, because Nigeria has been, taken from a developing to an underdeveloping nation. Yeah, so how can I save and invest in Nigeria when our expenditure outweighs our income? This is too generic for my liking, sir, because some people's income, yeah, outweighs their expenditure. If your expenditure outweighs your income, it therefore means that you are not financially literate, because the basic rule of finance is to live below your means. If you are earning 50K, you should not live beyond a 50K budget. So if you are earning 50K, no matter how bad things are, you wouldn't do 20K data. You do 1,500 naira data and get 1.5 gig, if I'm getting it correctly, and you don't go to Facebook. When you see people with image or videos, you don't play. I know of people who use 1.5 gig per month. My sister does. She's not tech savvy. Do you get? She does not play images on Facebook. Sorry, videos rather. She just cruise past. She only WhatsApp. Do you get? You live what? Below your means. You live below your income. That is the only way you can save. So no matter how difficult things are, I want you to understand that saving is first of all a mindset. Okay, Holy Spirit, help me. I'm trying to resist urge to call figures. Do you get? Yeah. I'm trying to resist the urge to. When I made a particular amount of money, that was when I discovered that to you cannot say you are humble until you not be tested with wealth. Yeah. That was when I discovered that I want to buy iPhone 14 Pro Max. Yes. I said I want to buy iPhone 14 Pro Max. I said I want to change my laptop. I said, see, every day I wake up, I was tired of my house. The house that I've been staying before that, I was a big boy. You know, I said, I'm tired of the house. I'm tired of this. See, do you get? I had to call myself to order. I said, Daniel, calm down, calm down. These things are normal. If you don't feel it, then you've not made money. Because you have been deprived of these things for a very long period of time, for crying out loud. So now God has been blessing you gradually. Now you can now afford your wants. So that first enthusiasm and exuberance must eat you first. But come on, we stay here. We use our skill to comport ourselves. That is why anybody can make money, but it takes only a skilled man financially to keep money. Are you hearing me? Yes. So so now, so now you should be able to have that capacity to be able to keep money when it comes. It is not easy. You get that's why you should read books. One of the books I recommend is The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Hi, yeah, yeah. The guy said, he said, wealth is a lifestyle, not based on what you have. Are you getting me? Yeah. That. Why do you think majority of people when you see a Yahoo boy, why do you think when you see a Yahoo boy from his facial disposition, you already know it's not a Yahoo boy? They can't keep it. Their lifestyle exposes them. That is not what we're talking about. We're talking about meeting a billionaire, a millionaire, and if he does not open his mouth to tell you what he has, you won't know what he has. That is the kind of people we're talking about. Yeah. So, hey guys, yeah guys, I love all of you. I don't see them say we to the ginger. Aya. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. I need more questions. More questions. I need more questions. Yeah, bombard me with questions. I want to leave this session drained. I want to leave this session drained. Anikezie Emmanuel, my brother, I love you too, bro. I love you, bro. Much love from my side. Yeah. So I believe that in the absence of no questions, I will have to end my session and you know hand over to the convener of this great program. Thank you very much, guys. If you found this video impactful, you can follow me on my social media channel, Facebook, Instagram, Wankolo Daniel. Yeah, let me and get more powerful insights. I believe that finance is pragmatic. Yes, it should be practical. There's no need to come and say this. No, no, say it as it is. We all need money, so we should get value. So if there's one thing you should take away from here, money flows to where there is value. Money has a current. Yes, that current is value. That's why they call money currency, currency. Money is sweet. Seriously, money is sweet. And I do not sit here to tell you that life has been all rosy. I want you to understand that, you know, um, when you are building, you don't compare yourself with others because each and every one of us have a different what, a different journey. Yes. But even if you have a different journey, your own journey will not be the slowest. If you cannot be the fastest, be at the medium pace. Hmm? Yeah, that is it. Yeah, so have a lovely time. So I will hand over to the convener to take over from there. One love. And follow me on my social media platforms, one Kolo Daniel. Yeah, Hanekeze, drop my social media handle, bro. Thank you.
Oh, you lead, always for the one. Can we turn up? Can we turn up?
Hello.
Can we turn up? Can we turn up? Hey.
Afternoon to every one of us. It's been an amazing time. My God. It's been an amazing time. It's been an amazing time. Wow. 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 I don't even know where to start, how to express my joy, but the only challenge I have is that we live in a society where a lot of young people do not recognize value when they see it. A lot of young people do not recognize value when they see it. The way this program has been packaged, my only pain is that we just have a few persons who have been here from the start and are still here till now. This has been back to back to back insights. This has been back to back enlightenment. This has been back to back knowledge. Thank you so much, Ofon Emmanuel. Thank you so much. I guess I started from probably half of when you started, and the little I heard was back to back amazing. Wow. Thank you so much. I believe that the bulk of us who have stayed here from the start and has been very available listening, I believe you have something already. You're no longer a fresh graduate that is confused. Nah. You're no longer a fresh graduate that doesn't know what to do. I'm promising you that by the end of this session, you will be so enlightened. You will. It's a promise. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much, my brother. Waokolo Daniel. Thank you for bringing such amazing insights about finance. Thank you so much. I learned a lot. I've been writing. I learned a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. Thank you very much. Thank you, our dear host who has been here. My brother Paul, thank you so much for being here. And I want to celebrate every one of you who have been here from the start. If you know you've been here from the start, write in the comment section. Say something about what you've learned today. Please send in something, send in a message, send in what you've learned, send in what you are holding firm to from the beginning of this Fresh Graduates Hangout to this point. Please send in something. I want to be sure we are together, and I want to see you sending in something. Emmanuel Anikezie has been here. A big shout out to you. Oyis John, I think, has been here too. I've seen James Graphics. I've seen Deborah. I've seen Fianca too. I've seen Precious Tamara Layefa. Thank you so much. I believe you've been learning and you have a lot already. To bring this, for this session, we are going to be talking about real life experiences. If you are very close to me, you know that I'm a real person. You will know that I am a real person. And the reason for convening this meeting is because a lot of us young people who have graduated are now facing real life. You know, when before you graduate, you had already thought about this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do. Immediately I graduate, I'm going to do this, I'm going for my master's, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing that. And now you have graduated. Oh, immediately I'm graduating, I'm starting a business, I'm traveling out, I'm doing this. A lot of dreams and aspirations. And now, for so many persons, it doesn't look like your dreams are tallying with your reality right now. It doesn't look like your dreams are tallying with the particular situations that is right now on your table. And that's the major reason why we are meeting. I'm going to, Often has already laid amazing foundation about purpose. I'm just going to build on it in the next few minutes because this is the background to excelling after graduation. This is the background to excelling after graduation. Understanding and working in purpose. It cannot be overemphasized. Sincerely, it cannot be overemphasized until you understand purpose. One thing I've learned personally is that until you understand purpose, you live other people's lives. You are very, very, very prone to making other people's mistakes and even dying other people's deaths. If you live other people's lives, you will make other people's mistakes, you will fight other people's enemies, and you can even die other people's deaths. That's the more reason purpose is very, very important. I'm just going to build on it in the next few minutes. I'm going to build on purpose in the next few minutes. I want us to be very, 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 very attentive. And please, I want our comments. If you're still here, please, I want your comments. If you're still here and you can hear me, please let me know you can hear me. I want to be sure I'm not just doing this. I want to be sure network has not logged me out. So please, if you're still here, let me have your comments. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, I can see your comments. Thank you. All right. So we are building on purpose. Now, you know, you've been talking about purpose from the start. Now, the question exactly is, what is purpose? If you're asked what is purpose, what exactly is purpose? What would you say? Purpose is simply the reason for which something exists. That's exactly what it is. Purpose is, why are you on earth now? Why exactly are you on earth now? Why exactly are you here? Purpose is the exact reason why you are here. Give me a second. Purpose is the reason to which something exists, to which something is created, and something must manifest. So the question you should ask is, now I've graduated, why am I here? What am I doing here? Why am I in this family right now? Why am I in this job right now? Why am I in this space right now? This is one question I don't fail to ask myself. Every time I find myself, I move into people, I ask myself, why am I here? Is this my destination? What is my mission here? And that's a practical question we should ask ourselves. Now, Clearly speaking, your purpose is you. Your purpose is you. Your purpose is exactly what the world has been designed, what the world is waiting to see in you, what the world is expecting from you. Romans chapter 8 verse 19 says it that the earnest creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of God. Now the question is, what are you to manifest? That which you've been designed to manifest is exactly your purpose. That's exactly your purpose. That which you've been designed to manifest is exactly your purpose. Now, some persons are like, now I've graduated. What is exactly my purpose? I think I can do this, I can do that, I can do this. What exactly should I be doing? Because your purpose is what you should be concerned about right now. Your purpose is what should fuel your mind. Your purpose is what should overwhelm you. Your purpose is what you should put your energy on. I already said it that if you don't find your purpose, you will live other people's lives, you will make other people's mistakes, and you eventually die other people's deaths. That's why you must find your purpose. So again, how do I find my purpose? Number one, now you have graduated. And you need to make serious life decisions. It was when I graduated, I told myself, this is not about who you were really before you graduated. After graduation, like many of us have seen, can take a different turn. Many of us here were RUCFites. I was an RUCFite. I was a president in RUCF. But coming out of RUCF, I learned that the world doesn't revolve around RUCF. I now faced reality where it doesn't matter whatever you are or whatever, you have to face life. And as such, it made me take the first step of purpose. So what's the first step of purpose? Number one, go to God. You see, we've talked about career, we've talked about finance, but no matter the amount of energy you exert in a particular that's not your calling, you'll be wasting your time.
I know he loves me. I know he cares. Whenever I call, he always is right there. In times of trouble, he is my help. Yeah, I know no fear. I know he'll be right there. Hey, he really does what he says he will do. My God really moves. Oh, hey, why would I doubt when he always comes through? My God really moves. Oh, he really, really moves. Oh, come on, sing the verse, y'all. I know he loves me. I know he cares. Whenever I call, he always is right. When I'm in trouble, he is my help. I know no fear. I know. Come on, we say, yeah, he really does what he says he will do. My God really moves. Whoa. You really, really move, oh. He really comes through for me, oh. Every time, on time, every time. Come on, it's your part. Come on, let's say. No, never. You're always on time. You can't do no wrong, oh, never. Come on. You leave the 99, always for the one, oh, never. You're the God who does good, always on time. You can't do no wrong, oh, never. Yeah, Baba, Baba, leave the 99. Come on, oh, never. You're always on time. You can't do no wrong, never. You leave. You got one more year, come on. Oh, never. You're always on time. You can't do no wrong. You leave. Come on. Hey, he really does what he says he will do. Oh yeah. Baba, Baba, Baba. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Let me hear you. We say, Baba, yeah. Why would I die? My God really moved, oh. So glad you leave the 99, always for the one. So glad you leave the 99. Oh, I remember when you came and saved me. I'm glad you leave the 99, hey, always for the one. I remember when you came and grabbed me. So glad you leave. Hey, always for the one. I remember the day you came and saved me from my sin. I'm glad you leave the 99. Hey, always for the one. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending love of God. You leave the 99. Hey, always for the one. Oh, faramọ́. Jésù Kristi lọ́ba ayé, no need to dey ṣàlàyé. Etí mi ò gbọ́, kò gbọ́ 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 kó gbọ́. Ẹnu mi ò sọ, kò sọ 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 kú sọ. Etí mi ò gbọ́, kò gbọ́ 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 kó gbọ́. Ẹnu mi ò sọ, kò sọ 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 kú sọ. No matter what comes my way, I am victorious. I am victorious. Alone got my back. No matter what they say, I am victorious. I am victorious. No matter what comes my way, no matter what comes my way, I am victorious. I am victorious. Alone got my back. No matter what they say, I am victorious. Who they talk, waiting God no talk. Oh, I know they hear waiting devil talk. Who they talk, waiting God no talk. I know they hear waiting devil talk. So, me o papa, me o papo, I know hear waiting devil talk. Aye, you say, listen again. The Bible says, once as he spoke, twice that all powers belong to God. Listen, no matter what goes my way, I am victorious. No matter what they say, oh, I am victorious. No matter what goes my way, I am victorious, oh. No matter what they say, oh, I am victorious. No matter what comes my way, no matter what comes my way, I am victorious. I am victorious. No matter what they say, no matter what they say, I am victorious. I am victorious. No matter what comes my way, no matter what comes my way, I am victorious. I am victorious. No matter what they say, I am victorious. I am victorious. Who they talk, waiting God no talk. I know they hear waiting devil talk. Who they talk, waiting God no talk. I know they hear waiting devil talk. So, me o papa, me o papo, I know hear waiting devil talk. Aye, you say, this beginning.
I'm really sorry. My network, I don't know. My network just logged me out. Boom. I'm really sorry. I apologize. I apologize for that. I really apologize for that. Thank you so much for still being here. Thank you so much for still being here. I'm just going to be faster because we've spent a lot of time. So I'm just going to be faster. Thank you so much. So we were talking about embracing purpose about after school. I found out that life after school is beyond coming out with first class. Life after school is beyond being the best in your department. That was my desire. That was my desire. I labored. I was praying. I was trusting God. Oh, let me just finish. I want to be the best in my department and this and that. I finished as the best in my department. And then I came out to meet life after school. And it was not funny. It was not funny. You know how you get home? I want to be very real to us right now. I want to be really very real to us. You know how you are somebody, like you think you're already becoming somebody, and then you now come back home and then you ask to go and watch that plate, go and do this. My mom will send you to the market until you decide whether you want to be in the house or not. That was my experience. I told myself, no, there was something you are created for. And that's the question I want you, that's the statement I want you to be making right now. That's when your career will boom come out. Like often said, all of these things, your purpose is in you, is right there. It's left for you to build on it and bring it out. It's left for you to build on it and bring it out. I told myself, no, Light, no. I won't be this. I won't remain like this. And then that was the first point. Go to God. I went to God and God gave me a clarity of exactly who I should be, the reason I exist. And part of it is what we are doing right now. God made me understand that you have a mission for young people. Pursue it with all your heart. And in that mission, there is a need for preparation. So the first few months and into years after graduation in 2019 was majorly into preparation. Even the things that I was doing as visions were preparation for the bigger things God said. So one of the challenges we have after graduation is that when you've graduated, you don't want to stay quiet. Daniel said something, retreat. Take time out and sit. Find out exactly. Some of us become really too busy, and that's when you start living other people's lives. That's when you start doing other people's things. Yes, they are saying it's crypto. Everybody pour into crypto. If crypto is not for you, it may not work. There is a plan for you. Not everybody is going to be a kingdom financier. And on the same way, not everybody is going to stand on the altar. Not everybody is going to be this and that. There is no monotony. There is no monopoly when it comes to destiny. No. You must find out. The second point, look inwards. Look inwards. In understanding purpose and pursuing destiny, look inwards. What can I do? This has been said over and over again. I'm just reiterating it and re-emphasizing on it. Repetition is for emphasis. What can I do? Often said it. What can I do? What do I like doing? She found out she loved communications. If you've known Often from RCF days, you will know that that's her lane. You can't take it out from her. When she holds the mic, you will be happy. You will just be happy. There is something in you inwards. Yours may not be singing, it may not be this, there is something inside. Find it out. Sometimes, most times, the things that are in you are pointers. They are exactly pointers. All right. Can you hear me, please? Can you hear me? The network seems to be playing some kind of games. But please, let me know if you're still here with us. Let me know if you're still here. Please type on the comment section. All right. Thank you. Thank you. So, like I said, I have known Daniel Nwokolo for years now. We served together in RCF. He was year one coordinator, I was his assistant. If you know Daniel, you know Daniel doesn't talk without talking money. One of the intersect statements Daniel would always make is, I cannot be poor. I cannot be poor. He says it with reckless abandon. So I believe him when he says that wealth is a mindset. Yes, it's a mindset. It starts from mentality. There's mentality for building wealth. Daniel has been saying it all over. So, bro, Daniel he may not be someone who is into the medical field. That may not be what he has passion for. But he has passion for creating wealth, teaching wealth, producing wealth. What is inside you? Look around. What do I find joy doing? What gives me pleasure? One of the things I've learned is that whatever you can do without pay, whatever you can do without getting paid for it, is your value niche. Yes, that's your value niche. So I said first, go to God. Let God give you a blueprint of what your destiny looks like. And then look inwards. Find out your abilities. Find out your manifested abilities. And then lastly, commit to discipline. Do you know the problem that many young people have after graduation? Have you heard people say, I know this is what I am supposed to do, but I don't know why it's not working. I don't know what, something is wrong somewhere. People begin to give excuses. I'm about to share the reason. The reason why many young graduates give excuses when they have gone to God, they have understood purpose, they have looked inwards. The third reason why they can't build on the foundations of the purpose they have understood is because they don't commit to discipline. When you've gone to God, you have looked inwards, commit to discipline. If you don't commit to discipline, you may not eventually manifest purpose. Finding out purpose doesn't mean you know everything about it already. Yes, it is in the place of hard work, commitment, and discipline that purpose begins to get clearer. It begins to get clearer. Someone asked a question when Often was speaking, when Often was speaking. The person asked about let me try to get the question. Give me a second. The person asked this question. Give me a second, I'll get it right away. Okay, the person said, what if you have skills and you know what you want to do, but you don't have the gadgets or equipment yet to run what to do? Brilliant question, important question. Now, this is the point where a lot of persons give excuses. One of the things one of my mentors told me is that she said, Light, excuses are made. Excuses are made. You begin to make excuses. You know what it means to make? You begin to give life to something, to produce it until it becomes tangible. That's making. Excuses are made. Now, when you have skills, when you have abilities, you found out that this is what you have to do. And then you find out that every time you try to get to a new level, you try to flow into a new level, into your understood purpose. And then you notice natural resistances in that level. It shows that there is a deficiency somewhere. There is a process you've skipped. And most times it's a growth process. One of the challenges most of us have is that because of the kind of big picture God has painted to us, we want to start in a big way. That's not true. That's not true. You may not need all the gadgets to start. I'm going to break it down so that you understand exactly. You may not need all the things, the way it has been painted. Now, one of the things God made me understand is that God told me to raise young people. When I graduated, He gave me the assignment that I should teach young people, nurture young people, create avenues for transformation and impact for young people. And one of the ways He told me is to invest on them spiritually as well. I didn't know how I was going to go about it. I had dreams where I saw myself with crowds, river of people, and I didn't know how I was going to go about it. And then, many of you knew when it started. God gave the vision of Prayer Challenge as a means that was going to convey it. The picture I saw about Prayer Challenge, we've not reached there yet. No, we are not there yet. We are getting there. But I understood that I wanted to flow into a new level that needed a lot of gadgets, needed a lot of equipment, but my current state at the time was negating it. It was naturally resisting it. I couldn't get all of those cameras. How did we start? If you can remember, we started Prayer Challenge. We started with praying on a group chat with voice notes. Voice notes. Voice notes. We started with praying on a group chat with voice notes. Where people not blessed, testimonies were flowing in. Find out the smallest way to pursue the vision. That's part of what you need to also find out from God. One of the reasons why we make mistakes is that when God gives you vision, you run away excited. Come back and ask, how shall these things be? You need to find out how it will work. Oh, No, you need to find out how it will work. God has told you, I'm making you a financial blessing. I'm going to use you to wipe away tears from the eyes of people. I'm going to make you rich. You'll be so rich, and then you walk out rejoicing, happy. No. You'll find out how it will work. You'll find out the baby steps that will lead to adult steps. So start however you can. Trust God to have an understanding to start. You need to, God has given you a vision about creating wealth. You are going to find how to start in your capacity. Don't think that you're going to manifest a capacity you've not built. No, it's against the law of nature. It's also against the law of principles. You must grow into a stage before you can manifest in that stage. So start from where you are. Check, look at your hands. Look at what you can do with what you have. If you don't have the gadgets to start photography, can you get a phone? Can your phone do it? Can you snap with people's phones and send to your own phone and edit it? Start something. Trust God to have an understanding. I can't say this absolutely works for the person who answers the question, but the most important thing is commit to discipline. Remain committed, remain disciplined towards the destiny you have chosen. Don't get tired. Some persons who are around me know the way I work when it's prayer challenge. I'm almost losing my mind. Nothing matters to me more than what I'm pursuing. And that's the question. What matters to you more than what matters to you right now? Some of us want to be rich, but it doesn't really matter to us at the long run. How do we know it doesn't matter? By your actions. Your actions are going to show whether you are committed to your cause or not. Your actions, you can write it down. Your actions are going to show whether you are committed. It's not enough to say, I want to do it. Are you committed to it? I know how we have grown to get the few things I do. Sometimes I post them, there are no comments, there are no likes. Thank God for my brother. I celebrate you, Anikeze Emmanuel. God bless you. Absolutely. He will always walk to my DM and tell me, Bishop, see, you would think people are not seeing it. Keep posting. He encouraged me to transform my page to a professional page on Facebook. He said, Bishop, that is going to make you know that all the things you're doing, people are seeing it. They may not comment, they may not like it, but go ahead. Commit to discipline. Commit to discipline. Whatever you've understood you should do, commit to discipline. And yeah, that's it. As I round up this session, after school life is a life of so much pressure. It's a life of so much pressure. You're going to see people begin to do a lot of things, classmates, and some of them are people that do not even make the kind of results you need. Some of them are people who did not do half of what you did, who did not get to half of where you got to. And then you're seeing them, boom, some of them have traveled abroad, some of them are getting married, some of them, if you are a child of destiny, as a fresh graduate, stay on your lane. Stay on your lane. Stay on your lane. This cannot be overemphasized. Thank God often said it, but Daniel also reiterated it. He said, you should not be competing from the people who you should be learning from. You should not be competing with the people who you should be learning from. Stay on your lane. Everybody is going abroad. One of the things I tell myself, light, I am not everybody. No, I'm not everybody. Everybody is having an iPhone now. Light, you are not everybody. Stay on your lane. Everybody is going to service now. You are not everybody. Stay on your lane. Don't put that pressure on you, on yourself. It's going to eventually deflate the motivations you have, and it will make you begin to go the wrong route. Stay on your lane. One of the things that will be very beneficial to you in pursuing destiny, in pursuing the things God has told you, in pursuing the life you want to have after school is able to walk despite the pressure that is coming from people. Mature in your lane. Let the greatest competitor be you. Let your greatest competitor be you. My greatest competitor is Anamelechi Light. Yes. That's my greatest competitor. That's my greatest competitor. Whatever any of that person is doing, I love them, I learn from them, I borrow feathers from them, but my greatest competitor is me. I want to make sure I become the vision God showed me in the months back, in the years back. Until I become that person, no. That person is my competition. I want to reach that person I saw that is giving me the motivation to push into the things I'm doing. Because one of the reasons why people fail, people begin to God's plans is because they begin to follow who is not going their way in destiny. Stay on your lane. Everybody may be getting married now. Stay on your lane. You don't have a destiny mate. I want you to say it to yourself. I call your name. I don't have a destiny mate. Nobody is going to make me feel late. No. I will work. I will commit to discipline. I will do all I have to do, but I don't have a destiny mate. Nobody's timing is my timing. Everybody is getting married now. I am not everybody. Everybody is doing this. I am not everybody. I am very disciplined, committed to my own lane. And lastly, before we take whatever question, one important part of your life after school is your spiritual life. I thank God that everybody here has been mentioning something, has been saying that, and it can sincerely not be overemphasized. One aspect of your after school life is your is your spiritual life. It's your spiritual life. It's your spiritual life. If you're going to fulfill destiny in God, if you're going to fulfill the purpose you have been created, you are existing in God, you must remain connected to Him. Now, many of us who were leaders in school, spiritual leaders, campus fellowship leaders, and all of that, you found out that by the time you graduated, you would notice that the many times you prayed, it was because of corporate fire. Hey, somebody was praying in brother's room, somebody was praying in Kapaxi, somebody was praying there, and then you got agitated in your spirit and you started bringing a few tongues here and there. And now, you are in a church where people don't even think praying in tongues is important. You are in a house where nobody sends you. If you are praying, you are not praying. It's not really anybody's business. They just want to know that you are still a Christian as a religion. And that's where we begin to lose touch of God's plans for us. That's where we begin to lose touch of what God's vision for us, because the vision is continuous. One of the things God told me is that for many of you who know Yenegoa and who know Amasoma, you will know that when you're going to NDU, you're going to Amasoma, you're going to move from Tombia roundabout, right? Yes, you're going to move from Tombia roundabout. God made me understand that if you stand at Tombia roundabout, you can't see Amasoma. No, you can't see Amasoma. But when you journey, the more you go into that road that leads to Amasoma, you get to Tombia Bridge, you still turn, you keep going. It's the more you go that the more the road becomes broader, and the more you begin to, with time, you now begin to see that Amasoma roundabout. But you can't see it from Tombia roundabout. That's what happens in when we journey in God into destiny. The more you go, the more the road becomes clearer. It becomes more visible that you're getting to your destination. So, 3 reasons, 3 ways how you can keep your spiritual life after graduation. Number one, don't let your burdens die. Don't stop thinking about God. Don't stop thinking about God. I'll tell you why. I said so because God still comes to us when our thoughts still produce, when your thoughts are still in alignment to him, even though you're not so close, God will bring you closer. Number 2, take your spiritual life as a goal. Take it as an assignment. Take it as a journey. Take it as something that is precious to you that you must achieve. Take it as a goal. Every goal must have a time frame. Every goal must have a time frame. Sincerely, in achieving spiritual balance while you journey into destiny after school, there must be a part of planned out time where you spend time with God. It must. Do you know how people run out of fire? Do you know how people get cold spiritually? It's because God's time becomes anytime they are free. Imagine that you go to work anytime you're free. You'll be sad. Imagine that you do your business anytime you are free. And you want to make your first million in whatever time. You can't do it anytime you're free. There is going to be a plan. Make a plan for your spiritual life. For somebody who is hearing me, make a plan about your spiritual life. Let it not be anytime you're free. If your spiritual life begins to suffer, it's just a matter of time. Every other area of your life will begin to suffer, including finance, including academics, including whatever. It's just a matter of time they will begin to suffer. So, in making sure that your spiritual life doesn't suffer, there must be a plan for it. Genesis chapter 3 verse 8 says that God came to Adam and Eve at the cool of the day. When is your cool of the day? When is that time you can concentrate and see God's face? Plan it. Put it in your time. One of the things I used to do, I started doing when I graduated, was that I had to sit down and make a timetable about how I was going to work out my spiritual life. Because the first few months were not funny. I saw myself gradually backsliding. As an ex-president in RUCF, of course, I'm going to be very, very sincere to all of us. Immediately you take the firewood out of the fire and you don't put the firewood in another congregation of fire, it's going to burn out. I had to tell myself, no, light, there has to be a plan. What is your plan for your spiritual life? Don't do your spiritual life anytime it comes to your mind or anytime you're free. Nothing powerful works without planning. Nothing powerful. And lastly, in how do you maintain your spiritual life? This was one of the things God taught me. God told me that prayer life becomes boring when there is no purpose, goal, or aspiration, vision to act upon it. Prayer lives become really boring when there is nothing, no goal, no aspiration, no vision. You can't just be praying and saying, God, let me burn, let me burn. Oh God, I don't want to burn out because I'm just graduating from school. Lord, I know the fire. I was praying, I was this and that. Oh, that we may burn. And God is saying, when I set you on fire, what is going to be the benefit? Who is going to be the beneficiary of that fire? That's where discipline comes in. That's where discipline comes in. That's where committing to your assignment comes in. So while you pray in the place of prayer, while you trust God to keep you burning, there is a place where your burning is relevant. There is a mountain of influence where your burning is relevant. Your burning may not be relevant in religion as a mountain of influence that's preaching on the altar. God is not calling you to preach on the altar, but that doesn't mean that there is no place your spiritual life will not be relevant. Your spiritual life might not be relevant in education. It may be relevant in family affairs, which is a mountain of influence. It may be relevant in finance. It may be relevant in politics and government. The earnest creature waited for the manifestations of sons of God. It must be relevant in arts, media, and entertainment. These are the mountains of influence. So there must be channeling your spiritual energy to. Somewhere that your spiritual energy is changing things. That's what continues to keep you burning. God doesn't want us to remain spiritually vibrant. Doesn't bear fruits, he will cut it out. And the ones that bears, he will prune it. That's why some of us can never be wealthy. It's not a cause, but because we work against the law of wealth. Just like our brother told us about value. And that's it. If your spiritual life is going to remain relevant, you're going to make sure that your burden doesn't die. You're also going to make sure that you have a plan for your spiritual life. And your spiritual life is being poured into a goal, an aspiration, or an activity. Let's have questions. Let's have questions. Let's have questions. You have any question? Please, this is the time to bring it in. You have any question at all about how to remain connected in purpose, spiritually, or in any other way? You have questions? Yes, you can bring it in now. Questions, 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 questions. Questions. All right. Please, our host, can you bring in all our guests if they're still here? Can we share the screen with all our guests if they're still here? Well done, sir. Thank you so much once again for that amazing financial session. Brilliant. Absolutely
I'm always
amazing.
loyal to I'm always loyal to your administration, sir. Forever loyal.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for honoring our invitation and being here to bless all of us.
Is-
Please, I just want to be sure that we have all properly digested all that we have learned and we have talked about today. So, two of us are here for now. I think often had to run off for something for other engagements, and we deeply appreciate her for being here. So, you have a question, you have something you wish to say before we end tonight, this evening. Yeah, please do well to ask before our host, our speaker brings in his last words as we round up this hangout. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Yes, nothing powerful works without planning. It has never worked. It has never worked. Sincerely, nothing has ever worked without, nothing meaningful, actually. Meaningful on emphasis. Nothing meaningful has ever worked without planning. Absolutely. My greatest competitor is me. My greatest competitor is me because no two persons have my design of destiny. No two persons. Even twins don't have the same designs of destiny. So if there's anybody who should make me scared, it's the me that I should become. One of my mentors, Funke Adejimo, said something. She said, the greatest pain anybody could have, the greatest heartbreak anyone can have, is the day you stand before who you should have been. The day you stand before who you should have been. Imagine that God has made you or God has ordained you to be someone that will bring your nation out of financial debts. Okay, let's use that scenario. You have known, you've seen all the dreams, you've seen all the thoughts, you've seen everything, it's clear to you. You know when you understand who you should be. And then you don't commit to discipline. You don't strive. You don't put in the efforts necessary, where necessary. And then one day you stand before who replaced you. God forbid. You stand before who committed to discipline. You stand before who decided to work day and night, sweating. You stood before the person who paid the price that you were too weak and shy to pay. That's the greatest pain in the world, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, sir, I think we have a question here. How do I grow through dealing with spiritual balance and a family that is continually breaking or crushing it down? Awesome. Thank you. That's an amazing question, because many persons live in a family where, you know, when you've tried to build some kind of spiritual connection with God outside your family has not been that kind of a family where spiritual activities go on like that. So somehow you got an opportunity to move out and you build some kind of spiritual connection with God, and then you're back to that family that never fancied that kind of situation. What do you do? One of the things I've learned, Favor Okoro does. I believe we will know her. One of the things Favor Okoro does said when I was in RCF, I can't forget. She said, this race is per head. Is per head. At the end, excuses are made. You're not going to blame anybody because you failed spiritually. And imagine that your spiritual life is what should liberate your family. Is what should bring your family out of some level of bondage. So what should you do? This is where wisdom comes in. This is where wisdom comes in. How you handle a matter is as important as that matter. Somebody said life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. 90% of how you react to it. If you're in a situation, don't fight your parents. No. When you're fighting them, you're fighting what should bet the kind of results, testimony you need. Don't fight them. You're going to become wise to understand how to deal with such situations. So if you know that you pray loudly, start praying calmly. Learn the art of praying without even speaking. That's why we need to commit to discipline. There is no reason why we should fail. That's one of the things I tell myself, Light. There is no reason I should fail. They never born that thing. There's no reason I should fail. If they hear me speaking, praying loud, and that's what they're against, I'm going to learn how to pray quietly. I'm going to learn how to pray even without moving my lips. And then they say you should not attend church. They say, okay, stop attending church. I don't know if it's as severe as this, but let me push it to the most severe situations. They say you should stop attending church. Amazing, beautiful. Don't fight them. Go and start listening to messages. The world we are in now is so technological that you can be anywhere without being there. This is a virtual meeting. We are not all in one place, but technology has brought us all in one place. We can hear what another person is saying. We can type, we can ask questions, and I can see your questions without even seeing you. Listen to messages. Do live streams. By every way, make sure that you don't lose your faith. I'm going to end this question by sharing a story. There's this famous story. I don't know if many of us have heard it. There was this child who got saved and got born again, but the parents were Muslims. The parents were Muslims, and they wouldn't buy into that. If you stayed in the north, you know you know how fun it is that you are now a Christian child in a Muslim family. It's not a joke. And she had to, when she came back to the house, they told her not to attend church. She would cry, Lord, save my parents. Lord, touch my parents. Lord, change my parents. And one day, a miracle happened. She was praying and crying on the floor. And then the parents walked in. The power of God hit them mightily. They started hearing what she was saying. And they went on their knees and started worshiping with her. That was how they were saved. So when God said, man, thou art inexcusable, is not a joke. Excuses are made. No matter how it gets, find a way by God's wisdom to make sure you don't clash with your parents, but you are committed to your goal. I believe that answers your question. But Daniel, I don't know if there's something you want to add to that question. I don't know if there's anything you would want to add to it.
Yeah, basically, wisdom is profitable to direct. Yeah. Most importantly, applying wisdom is the cornerstone for solving any particular problem. Because, like what Papa Light already said, if you find yourself in that kind of situation, you apply wisdom. If they said they don't want to hear you, then if there's wisdom demands that you can do that same thing in another way. So it could mean you even and up on AirPod or earpiece. Nobody will come to ask you what are you listening to. Do you get? Mind you, God has a way of doing things. When you are steadfast and persistent in that thing that you are doing, it will touch their mind. God, Holy Spirit, God, you cannot be working for God and God will leave you stranded. God knows that you are trying to do it for His kingdom. Are you hearing me? So, you taking that step alone, God will witness it in their mind, and that thing you are looking for will be gotten. This kind of thing does not need, not everything requires force. If you want to become a deviant, that will make them defensive. Just be calm. Do the thing you are doing in another way. Devise another strategy. The outcome will be what you are looking for. Yeah. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. That's absolutely profound. I believe that answers your question, Precious Emmanuel. Um, I guess there is no other question. I guess there is no other question. Um, Please, sir, can you just bring in your last words as we end this session tonight?
Bishop Paul, you sleeping? Bishop Paul, how you sleeping?
Sir, I mean you now. I mean you. Just bring in your last words as we end the session. Yes, it's
Okay,
just so.
okay, you
Yeah.
mean me. Okay,
Yes, yes.
okay. Yeah, yeah. So basically guys, um I need you all to understand something. One of the laws of growth, intentionality. Yeah. One of the laws of growth is the law of intentionality. If you want something, you should be conscious about it. If you want something, you must be deliberate about it. You cannot say it's wealth you want to build, but your actions is that of what? A poor man. If it's true wealth you want to build, then your actions should be consistent. You know, if you read a book by, I think, John C. Maxwell,
I think the 12 laws of growth or something like that. The number one law of intentionality. If you want something, then you should be committed to it. Success is never accidental. Bishop Abiy will say, behind anything working is a man working. If you look at me right now, aside from this webinar, my laptop is here. After this session, I have a class by 7 o'clock. On a Saturday, I have a class by 7 o'clock. I so much bombarded myself. I'm learning forex trading. I don't like Nigerian tutors. Majority of the times, they are usually forex entrepreneurs and not forex traders. And a quick one, whenever you see somebody doing something and is always telling you, come and subscribe, majority of the time, those people are not making money from that thing. Where there's money, there's no noise. That's why they don't play music in the bank. Do you get? Those who are making money, they don't they don't advertise themselves too much. So when they tell you come and do this thing, you should be privileged. With your money, you are privileged to join their circle. You cannot tell me that you want to build wealth, but your circle of friends are saying otherwise. Wealth, to build wealth most time comes from wisdom. You don't need to know much. What you know can make you wealthy. What you know can make you wealthy. Bishop Light said a very striking thing, and I felt like becoming theory when he said, you don't have to have all the gadgets. Start where you are. The most difficult thing on earth to do is to start. For instance, personally, my content creation journey, when I commenced, I didn't even have, I commenced, it is the skill of the hunter that defines the hunter. Are you getting me? Your skill is more important than what your gadgets. Some people are using a professional camera, but when I edit my videos, it's maybe sharper than theirs. Skill. You need to live a life that is based on continuous process improvement, CPI. Continuous process improvement. At every given level in your life, you are learning. I'm not the kind of person that will come and start talking about certifications. If you check my LinkedIn, I have gotten right now I'm taking a course on finance for technical managers from University of Colorado, United States. Do you get? I've taken one when I wanted to come into content creation. I took a course, a professional course on social media marketing from Meta. When I mean professional, I don't mean all these irregular certifications that you just go to. Anybody can just authorize you. I can run professional ads. And I'm certified. I have the Meta certified social media certificate. It's an associate exam. When you are writing the exam, white people will be supervising you. Build relevant qualifications. What is life without learning? One thing I always tell myself, life becomes boring when you don't learn. What is life without learning? You can't stay close to me and not want to develop yourself. One of the reasons Anekeze Emmanuel lost me is because when that Bible said, iron sharpeneth iron, so shall a man sharpen the countenance of his friends. Who are your friends? When you are down, you hold on to your friends. Iron sharpeneth iron. A lot of us don't even look at the B part. So shall a man sharpen the countenance of his friends. When you are down, who do you talk to? When you need an idea, who do you talk to? Not everybody is worth hearing your dream. Some people are perpetual dream killers. That's why you should grow with your circle. And another thing you need to know is this: don't underestimate people. Apostle Joseph Selman will always say, if all the persons you know are people who have risen, you have come too late. You've made them too late. You need to love people for who they are and not for what you can get from them, not based on what they are. While making your financial decisions, value should guide you, not money. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Deeply appreciated. If you've been on this call all this while, if you've been here and you are not motivated enough to strike a change right now of your after school, this one won't even go by deliverance anymore. No, it won't go. So please, please, get tired of where you are. Understand that there is more ahead. Your after school life is just the beginning of the manifestation of your destiny, of who you should be. Grab it. Grab every opportunity. And if you already know the things, I believe that most persons already know what they should be doing. If you already know what you should be doing, start. Start.
Sorry to say this. Sorry to interfere, sir. You know, I have a mantra. Go for progress, not perfection. Thank you.
Yes.
Choose progress over perfection. Thank you.
Start. There is something God has been laying in your heart. Start. Start where you are. Start where you are. Imagine that this is a vision. Fresh Graduates Hangout is a vision that God gave to me. And I've thought about how to start. And this is the idea that came to mind. This is not the plan. As years unfold, you're going to see the plan of Fresh Graduates Hangout. We're going to get to the point where we'll be giving startup funds for people. That's part of the goal. That's not all. There is so much. But I'm not there yet, and I won't force myself there when I'm not there. I've started. I've created a means where we can come together, and more is coming.
Amen.
I'm encouraging you, start with whatever is in you. Start with what is in your hands that God will bless. Start. People are waiting to be blessed by you. I've learned that we have destiny connections. Destiny connections are people who are going to be blessed because you rose. People who are going to be transformed because you didn't remain in the crowd. People who are going to be absolutely healed, helped, because you chose not to keep quiet. No matter what you do in the journey of life, don't let your mouth go shut. Don't let your actions cease. Keep striving. The goal may not be to become a famous person. The goal is to fulfill destiny. If you fulfill destiny, you will be happier. You will be blessed first before that people can be blessed. The cup takes in well before it feeds others. A cup that is not filled cannot give you water. It's not possible. Until a cup is filled, that's when it can give water. So you are the cup. Until your vessel is filled, you can't bless people. So focus on filling yourself. If you want to bless people, fill yourself. Load yourself with knowledge. Take classes back to back. As I'm finishing this, I'm going into another. I'm planning another. I'm planning another. I won't rest. This is not the time to rest. Someone sent me a message that it is good for a man to bear his yoke in his youth. Build now. Build now. Put in the efforts now. So that when destiny begins to manifest with ease, by that time you've built so much value. And then, even monies you did not work for, now it's now going to look like you didn't work for it, but you labored in years. And they are now trekking.
Sir, do you follow athletics?
What's that?
Do you follow athletics?
No.
Do you know Usain Bolt? Have you heard of Usain Bolt?
Of who?
Usain Bolt of Jamaica.
Yes, I have.
Yes. Usain Bolt, when they did the calculation, all the races, Usain Bolt labored for 10 years to run races that accumulatively sum up to 10 minutes.
Yes, I heard that.
Labor in Olympics. Olympics is every 4 years just to run 0 point something seconds. Power of preparation. And one thing about preparation, sorry to digress, one thing about preparation is that it is very difficult when nobody's clapping for you. When you are preparing and there's nobody looking at you, you become discouraged. That is why it is very expedient for you to prepare in silence, so that before you, when you come out to all the fanfare, you are already having capacity. You know, Pastor Olumide Emmanuel always says something. He said, when you grow, you remain, but when you blow, you scatter. When you grow, you remain. When you blow, you scatter. Blow does not have foundation. Grow has sustainability. The problem we have is social media. The less social media consumption I consume, the more productive I become. Social media is meant to be regulated and not regulating you. You go online, you know, if you are academic giant, you go online, you see people that you are more like intellectually buoyant than, see them leaving the countries for their education, see them getting married. As a human being, that complex will always creep in. But what do you tell yourself? I am who God says I am. You need to continuously affirm positive words. If there's one thing I always tell myself, every day I tell myself, Daniel, I am the best. Daniel, I am the head. Daniel, I will never be small. It is what you say that you see. It is what you say that you experience in life. Who wants to be small should be small. I didn't live the life of a student when I was doing my master's. By God's grace, I'm in Abuja now. You know, why people were saying as a student, that is you. If you want to face lack, that is your own mentality. I know that the mentality I have is a God-given mentality. I will never be small. Economy is bad. If you want to be the one to personalize bad Nigeria, keep complaining and not do anything. Why not decide to say, God bless me? See, in this Abuja, people are building houses, 200 million, 300 million. There is money in the country. Pray that it gets to you. Stop complaining. When you do like this, when you put your head down, you focus on your inabilities. But when you look up to the ease, you focus on God. That's why the time he said, I will look up to the ease, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord who made heavens and earth. So always look up to God. This is God. I know you will do it. God help me. But when you always complain, have you seen anybody that complains and look up? No, you always complain, you're always looking down. The country is bad, bag of rice is bad. If you have money, even if bag of rice is 150,000 naira, you buy it. Bag of rice is bad. When you graduate, you will not get work. All you complain, you know it. How will you be productive? O heart man, thou art inexcusable. If it is success you are pursuing, learn to avoid excuses. I will end with this. Mark Twain, a famous philosopher, said, there's always 1,000 excuses for failure, but no one good reason. Thank you.
Amazing. Amazing. If you stay till now, you're a very intentional person. And I'm sure that everything that's been said here is going to bless you absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you. Once again, I want to appreciate all our speakers. Often Emmanuel, thank you so much. Wherever you are, we appreciate every single insight you brought here. Mokolo Daniel, thank you, sir. Thank you for honoring our invitation. Our dear host, Bernard Paul, thank you so much. And to everyone who is very intentional about their growth, who has spent data, that's the truth. That's the difference between people who are intentional and people who are not. There are people that even if we send this video to them, they won't watch it because the data they will use to watch it is more important in streaming football live, or maybe downloading a Z World series or downloading a whatever video. That's the mentality we are talking about. So I celebrate every one of you. And I pray that your after school life is going to be the best life you've ever imagined. It's even going
Amen.
to be beyond your dreams in Jesus' name. I want to celebrate someone who has been behind the stage. That's our stage manager. The person has been committed to managing our stage perfectly, and to every part of that team. Thank you so much for giving us a wonderful live stream. We celebrate every one of you, and God bless you in Jesus' name. To bring this to a close, we're going to have a closing prayer. And then before we do that, please, all our speakers are open to mentorship. I am sure. I know Often has a paid mentorship. Please reach out to her on any of her handles. Reach out to Often on any of her handles. She said her handles are all the same. So please, Often Emmanuel. She's the same on all social handles. Reach out to her. You want her to mentor you in her. She's a professional career mentor, coach. She's going to guide you professionally, and you're going to achieve your desired professional career goal, dream. So please reach out to her. She has paid mentorship, and she's also open to questions that may not be paid for. Of course, I'm sure. And I believe, Bro Daniel, do you have paid mentorship as well, or it's free?
No, mine is, based on my own need, to the glory of God, I have money, so it's free, it's affordable, you get. You get, so I don't need, I'm looking for billions, not small, this thing. So, and besides, what better place is it to be able to create a community of billionaires if we don't start from here? So they should be able to access me, come to my page, bombard me. Seriously, I give you 1 year. I give you 1 year. If we have a community, I give you 1 year. If you don't make your first 1 million naira, then leave the group. You get. By the end of this year, we'll be creating a community. Even if they swear for you, the only thing that will make you not to make your first 1 million naira in 12 months is when you are not following practices and the principles. See, one thing about money is this: money has aroma. Money has aroma. Do you get? I don't want to say certain things, but money has aroma. When you understand how money works, Bishop Light, continue and then let me know.
If he has a lot to share, so just go to him. Go to him. You will not regret it. And of course, I'm open as well, but I'm open to only serious-minded people. That's the benchmark. A lot of persons come to DMs and then they are excited, they drop a few messages and then they disappear. If you are that kind of person, there is no need. So there is always a way. We can always grow together, but please, you have to be serious. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being here to the end. Fianca, Perere, Precious Emmanuel, and the host of other persons who has been here. God bless you in Jesus' name. Can we just pray? Our Father and our Lord, we thank you. Thank you for making this possible. Thank you for Fresh Graduates Hangout 2.0. Thank you because it's going to continually get better. And thank you because everyone who has made out time to be here, their lives will get better. Academically, financially, career, spiritually, and in every facet of their lives, they will get better. Thank you because every time we hear from these people, it will be breakthroughs of after-school life. In Jesus' mighty name we have prayed. Amen. God bless you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You can drop whatever message you want to, your last words, you can drop them if you're still here. Thank you so much. God bless us.
Jesus, na papa overdue. That the Lord is good. Papa, your goodness, they make my belly full. Papa, you too much, oh. This one a blessing overdose, oh. Miracle, no they tire Jesus. Miracle, no they tire Jesus. Blessing, no they tire Jesus.
say miracle, say.
No, they tired, Jesus.
No, they tired, Jesus. He done do one before, he still they do one. Scream it loud, say miracle, no, they tired, Jesus. Somebody give the Lord a shout.